Hey guys, what's up, everybody? Happy on Tuesday. Wait, Tuesday, right? Yeah, it's Tuesday. It was my appointment day. How's everybody doing? Oh, wrong ear. Man, I have staticky hair today. You guys probably can't see it, but there's like hairs. Okay, hold on one second. You got to remember everything's backwards with my camera. Like when you look at it to see what you're. How's everybody doing? Hold on. Give me 1 second. I gotta. Hold on. Well, I'm still here. I just gotta put this over here. Okay. Ski girl, Becca. You guys ready to party? No, I'm just joking. No partying. Hold on a second. This hair. Hold on 1 second. Making my face itch. It's all over my face. I can't see it. It's like a strand or two is right in front of my eyes and nose. Ugh. Okay. It's all staticky. Alright. I think I'm good now. Still sleepy. That's as good as it's gonna get. I don't know why my hair's so gosh darn staticky today. Alright. I can't help it. We'll just have to, if you guys see me like doing that in my hair, I'm not hallucinating. Do you guys ever have that? Or days where it's like you brush your hair and it goes and it statics from brushing it, and then you wish you didn't even brush it? It's like, God, why did I brush it? But I needed to because it was a mess. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna do some new cases today. So I do want to talk about those 2 cases that we meant to, last month? But then there's 2 other cases Ashley sent me that sound interesting. So the one, I mean, they're both on long crime, so chances are maybe you guys seen them. But the one is a 13-year-old boy freaking kills his mom. Now wait, since I just like really skimmed through it because I was playing. Look, there's like a thing on my nose, like a cut. Hold on 1 second. I know I thought I felt like a scab or like a cut on my nose earlier, but I was like, thought I was imagining it. I mean, I'm a mess. But real quick, Ashley, does he kill his brother too, the baby? So he kills his mom. She's laying in bed, and then he takes a picture, like a selfie, with his hands, and his hands got like blood on them. Like, so they think it was after he killed her. He takes this selfie. I guess the knife has a freaking like chip, just broken. But I don't know if he ends up killing the baby too. It was just like a little, baby. Not even that old. But we'll watch it and figure it out together. Let me go see if I'm bleeding or if that's a cut on my nose. I'm sorry, guys. Bothering me. I don't know where that came from now. I'm always having issues. Like a little cut. Gosh darn it. Oh well. It's like I didn't know. I didn't know what it was, and I shouldn't have picked at it. Give me 1 minute, guys. I'm gonna put a little bit of this makeup stuff that I got from like years ago. I've never used, but it's perfect for this because it looks really red. It's gonna be bothering me. So just put a little dab. Oh wait, why did I put on my finger? I'm sorry, guys. Wait, but Ashley, do you want to come up real quick while I'm doing this? If you're ready, come on up. You want to? Hold on. Let me put in the chat. Anybody could come up, really. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. I was hoping we'll get a good panel going, guys. I'll pin the link right in a minute. But Ashley, if you want to grab it or anybody wants to grab it, come on up. I'll be there 1 second. I would love to get like at least like 4 to 6 people. That'd be great. I think I put a little bit too much on this thing, guys. normally wear anything, so. But that red mark is really, and then it's like you have to kind of put it other places or you're just this big blob. That actually might have helped a little bit. Right. That was like really red. It's not even like a pimple, it's a cut. I don't know what it's from. I was out and about all day. I don't know if you guys can still hear me. I was out and about all day. Had a couple appointments, so maybe I cut myself on something and didn't even freaking realize it. Or Zeke, maybe Zeke scratched me. Hold on. Alright. Okay, that should be good. But it won't bother me as much. Really red. I didn't like that. Look, all gone. I can still see a little bit, but I put some of that whatever cover up or something. I don't know what it's called. What is that called? It's called Comfort. I don't even know what it's called. It just says Trouble Blend. I don't even know what you would consider that. I don't know makeup, guys. I don't wear it normally. I only wore that if there was like, if I had. Well, actually, barely at all. I think that one time I wore it when I had recently. What did I have to put it on for? Remember I was telling you guys, there's something. Like a mark on my face or something. But besides that, I don't wear it. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna Chris. Okay, so it's like you guys were just like hanging out with me for a minute, getting ready. Oh my lord. All right, so let me. What's up, Tom? How are you? All right, let's get to business. So, I'll play a video. So while I'm waiting to see if anyone wants to come up, I'll play a couple of the videos about. We'll start off with Derek Rosa is his name. Start off with that, and then therefore, you know, if somebody comes up, we'll have something to talk about. We'll talk about, you know, the videos that we watched. So, all right, hold on. Oh God. Hey Petty, hey Soul, what up, Soul? How you doing, Wolfpack? I'm gonna mod Wolfpack today. Get a new mod in the house. So any mods here, you could show her the ropes. Oh, I still have to do, gosh, I gotta do a bot for my Rumble. Maybe I'll do it when I get some people up on panel, so I'll have time. Just want to make sure I have all the settings right. Okay, so everything is good, so let me do mod you real quick. I have to go into the YouTube to do that. That's another thing. I don't know if, no, I don't think it would work. I was going to say that's another thing we could request from StreamYard is to be able to mod people when you're on StreamYard. But no, that would make sense because then it would have to be like a separate mod for StreamYard. So I don't think that would ever actually work. Wolfpack, where are you? Okay, there you are. Okay, so moderator. All right, there you go. Hey Brian, what's up? Oh, what movies are you watching? You know what? I told you how I watched The Shining the other day because I haven't watched it forever. And it like, you know, when you watch a movie, especially when you're younger and then you watch it like as an adult, when you have all these life experiences behind you and then you watch it, how it's like a whole total different experience. That's kind of how it was with The Shining for me. And it got me addicted to looking at all the different theories of like what it was about, like, you know, Stanley Kubrick's like oh, did he do this for this? Is this the, what he was trying to say? Is this the meaning? All the different like theories about what it's about. And dude, I'm like hooked. I keep watching more. It's good. Oh, thank you. Irrational geography. Oh, thank you so much. Have some love from New Zealand. Thank you. Do you have a channel like about your logo almost looks like you don't know, it just looks like a professional logo, and it looks like you probably do videos, right? Because your name and channel, or no? Like National Geographic. That's what it reminds me of. But it's still, it look. I don't know. It makes me think maybe you do have some videos. Hey, D Berlin. All right. Yeah, maybe I'll do I haven't been in a Nightbot forever, but maybe if I get a couple people up on panel, I'll be able to go over and do Nightbot. All right, so we'll watch the now I noticed the one Law and Crime for the Derek Rosa case that we're gonna watch. It actually has like a mix of like a bunch of different cases. So I don't know, I might skip through it, that video that we're gonna watch. But like it talks about Murdaugh, it talks about this house blowing up, it talks about what other case? Um Gabby Petito. So it's like it talks about a bunch of different ones. So it's up to you if you want to watch them all. But there are other clips, news clips that we could watch that are just about Derek Rosa, but they're all really pretty quick, like short. So, but I'm gonna start with the Law and Crime because at the beginning it really shows everything that we want to see. All right. So let me pause that. History. Oh, thanks. Oh yeah, here's this is the quote I was talking about. This is Diana made this, but this is my old merch logo that I didn't sell enough merch, so they took it down, but I could probably put it back up. Maybe get it back running again. So yeah, she made that for me. Isn't that cool? Oh wait, so you could probably see their skulls and roses. Remember I was telling you? If you're in person, you can see it. There's a skull, there's the roses she did because like the Grateful Dead. So you can see. Can you see the skull right here? It's pretty cool. Like the stitching is skulls and roses. It's a little bit hard to tell, but it is. Oh, thanks, Brian. Thank you. All right, so here we go with. Oh, thanks, Soul. Gifted a membership. Who won? Wait, I want to see who got it. The winner is Brian. Yay! Look, how awesome is that? It's like instant karma. Now we have to get you instant karma back, Soul. Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Jamie. Yeah, that's what okay, Jamie, I wasn't sure because I skimmed through it and no, actually I didn't see, I watched it when I was getting ready. I was watching this Law and Crime, but I don't remember if they said that he did anything to the baby. But let's watch it again and see. You're saying he did? I know he killed his mom, but I don't know if it just like I didn't catch what happened to the baby. I know the baby was sitting sleeping beside her and then I don't know. So, trigger warning, guys. I was hoping that maybe he didn't hurt the baby, but let's watch. Dang it. All right. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Let's watch it and see what she says.
Photos show a 13-year-old boy after police say he murdered his mother. And before that, he's standing over her in a vulnerable position as he's getting ready to stab her to death. Derek Rosa snapped a selfie after the crime, his hands smeared with blood. Law and Crime obtained these photos through a records request, and they're disturbing. On October 12th, a home security camera recorded Derek's mom, Irina Garcia, in bed with her 14-day-old daughter. The baby was Derek's half-sister. You can actually see screen grabs of Derek standing over his mother, who is in bed holding the little baby girl. Photos also show the knife that prosecutors say Derek used to kill his mother. The tip of the knife is actually broken. After Derek killed his mom, police say he actually called 911 and confessed, reporting that he had killed his mom. He also took that selfie and texted a friend, "Goodbye." Murder never makes sense, but this story is even more confusing since Derek was an honor roll student, which has people wondering what went wrong here. So far, prosecutors and investigators haven't commented on a motive.
Jamie, you wrong case. Okay, I was gonna say, like, you think I would have remembered because I was listening to this and I was thinking, man, I think I would have remembered. I thought I would have remembered, or I would have heard if they did say that. But it makes sense why I was like, well, I don't know. I don't think so because they didn't say it. So, she was just holding the baby. So he kills her. She's holding the 14-day-old baby. I'm a little bit confused. Like, so how did that all happen? You know what I'm saying? So he didn't harm the baby? Is the baby like totally safe? So he stabs her, making sure he doesn't stab the baby at all. I mean, I wonder if there was any cuts to the baby. Because if there wasn't, that means he purposely made sure he didn't, right? Because, I mean, if she's holding it, you would have to make sure you don't. You'd have to, like, purposely try not, you know what I'm saying? Without the baby getting cut at all. But I'm glad that we didn't hear that. It sounds like the baby's okay. I mean, they didn't really mention the baby, though. They didn't mention if he was hurt yet. So let's see. From what we hear so far, it doesn't sound... It sounds like he should still be alive.
Derek
I don't
Rosa
know if
is charged with murder.
I forget what they
I'm
said.
Anjanette Levy. It's Tuesday, and this is Crime Fix, Law and Crime's rundown of the top stories in crime. This next one you have to see to believe. In Arlington, Virginia, police were serving a search warrant on a house when it actually
this
exploded.
Is a different. She talks about a few different ones.
This all started Monday afternoon when police in Arlington got a call about a person in a house firing a flare gun into the neighborhood. That flare gun was fired 30 to 40 times, and thankfully nothing was damaged and no one was hurt. Then police said they were executing a search warrant that night when the man in the house fired a gun inside the house, and then boom, that's when the explosion happened.
Thanks, Becca.
Police say 3 officers suffered minor injuries. Investigators are still trying to figure out what caused that explosion. We have some news out of South Carolina's Low Country and the investigations into the clerk of court in Alec Murdaugh's double murder trial. The prosecutor in that area has asked the attorney general to impanel a grand jury to investigate Becky Hill and her son. So things in this case are getting more serious. This news was the first to report.
That's the thing going on too. Remember, Tia was talking about that. Here, let me share that my link again, and then I'll pin the link if anybody wants to join open panel. I think usually what happens, I feel like if we get a couple people, it makes other people feel comfortable. Nobody wants to be that first person coming up, but I do hope we get a couple people. That'd be awesome if we could at least get like 4 people up here chatting. Just chatting about the cases or whatever. Oh wait, I sent it. I wanted to put, hold on. I want to do that again and put, hold on, I want to write something. Now, mods, will you let people know that the link's up there if they want to join? You know what I should do? I should put it like a, banner going across the screen saying you know, open panel if you want to join. Oh, I'm running into that problem. Mamma mia. I should have listened to you. So it's my that one is on the very bottom, so it won't let me hit the three dots because the little emojis are in the way. So somebody say something in chat so my message moves up. Okay, there we go. Let's see. No, it's still not. Oh, there we go. I got it. Okay. All right. Actually, I am going to do a banner real quick so people know. Because I think sometimes people don't realize that it's open panel and where the link is. How do they get on there? Am I all... Okay. Wait, that's... I gotta do the banner over here. Okay. If you want panel, link is pinned in chat. All right. So I know Ashley's for sure going to be coming, right, Ashley? No. And then sometime when she's ready, and then hopefully we'll get some more people. All right. Scroll. No, I want to just scroll. We want to just scroll, right? Like this. Wait. Wait. It didn't keep my last part. Hold on, I said come chat. Hold on. Come chat. That's good enough. All right. I don't know. All right. Nothing very fancy. So let's finish watching that video and then we'll see what else we could find about it. Let's see if we could find what happened to the baby, if he or she's okay. They did say they said it was his half brother or sister, and I missed that. Did anybody catch that?
On a letter Solicitor Duffy Stone sent to the Attorney General and SLED asking that a statewide grand jury be impaneled. I spoke with Research Director Jen Wood of Fitz News.
They wanted the statewide grand jury to take over it because it is a wider public corruption investigation. And in the letter, it said that the state grand jury possesses considerable broader investigative authority than individual county grand juries. So it gives them the option of subpoena and whip.
No, Chevy, I know I could do it. I know how to double stream like that, but there's really no point to do it on both for me, because my whole point when I do it on Rumble is so I have more freedom and I don't have to worry about copyright and stuff like that. So when I do it on Rumble, I just wanted to do it on Rumble. Now there might come a circumstance where I do want to do it on both for some reason, if I do end up reaching like a different audience on Rumble. But right now I have basically the same audience. So, you know, Rumble, I like Rumble for a different purpose, for, you know, just being able to do whatever. But maybe we'll move it to Rumble here in a little bit later. If we're getting if we get like a good panel, people want to come up and chat, move it over there, and anything goes. You know, anything freaking goes.
And pulling in witnesses, it's just a much better process for public corruption investigation.
Attorney General Alan Wilson wrote back to Stone saying his office would assume prosecutions related to the case. This is separate from the ethics investigation into Becky Hill, although some of the allegations may overlap.
Well, we might go up there, guys. We'll just stay here like an hour or two and we'll go.
They're also looking into some accounts that Hill may have had access to in her role as clerk of court in Culleton County.
The source.
What do you guys think about all that? I haven't really looked into it like a ton, that whole thing with Becky and the Murdaugh stuff. I'm still not sure on the specifics. So her son was arrested, but I'm still confused why he was arrested because I haven't really looked into it. I just been hearing like word of mouth, people talking about it. But what do you guys make of that? And make out if there's going to be another Murdaugh trial. Are you guys for that or not? That one was tricky because even though I do feel like he was behind the murders, Alex, I still am doubting if it happened the way they said it happened. So it makes me doubt the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you want to believe the whole story or you start having doubts. And the narrative that the state presented, I doubt it. I doubt that there was one shooter. I'm not even 100%. Like, I wouldn't bet that he was even one of the shooters. Like, I'm not 100% convinced that he even was a shooter. I think he very possibly he was one of them, but part of me thinks that he had help. And there's a smaller part of me that thinks that maybe he just hired two people and he wasn't even involved in the shooting. There's still a part of me that doubts him even being involved. But more my doubt is that he's the only one. Like, I feel like there's a good reason to believe that maybe somebody was with him, So, if they have another trial, I don't know what the heck's gonna come of it. But you guys, let's watch that too. After this video, I've been wanting to do that with you guys. We could watch his not his confession, his speech or saying or whatever, his message to his son when he was in court and he was talking to him. How fake was that though? I feel like he was so fake. Dude, it just made the noise that somebody's backstage, the noise that it makes, but nobody's back there. Is anybody back there and it's just not showing up? It made that noise. Is anybody backstage? That's so weird. Anyway, wait, what's going on? Wolfpack, so you're a mod too, though. What? You're saying it won't let you delete it maybe because you're a mod? Won't let you delete what? What's going on? Serendipity, what up? Oh, wait, Karen Reed? What? Is there like some kind of connection? Wait, what is the Karen Reed? Wait, somebody just... Hold on. Why do I feel like I just looked up Karen Reed? Hold on a second. Let me rewind this. Or not rewind it. Let me remove this. Let me go... Karen... I want to look up the Karen Reed. What the heck? Why won't this remove? Why won't I? Hold on, one second. Oh, I'm looking. Oh my god, I'm so silly. Okay. What's going on with Karen Reed? What is that one about? Is that worth looking into? Because I'm open to talk about really any cases. I just wanted to put something down because just at least have a game plan, because I was just going to do like open case, but then I was like, man, maybe I should have some kind of game plan. So I put like 4 different cases down, but I mean, we could talk about something else for real. Karen, oh, I just looked it up. Okay, I know a little bit about that. That's the one where she killed, she killed her husband. Wait, hold on. Didn't she kill her husband? We could talk about that. What do you think? It's up to you. Hold on one second. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, we could do whatever, guys. What, Ashley, are you in chat right now? What are you feeling like? I'm trying to find. Yeah, that Karen Reed is interesting. I remember, at least at the time, I don't remember the details now, but it's that one guy that has a channel, right? Isn't he somehow involved? Whatever it was, I remember it was kind of interesting, but I don't know. All right. Where we at? Are you feeling like Karen Reed? Well, let's finish going over this video we're watching right now. We'll finish watching that. And I don't know. I'm up. That's why I was hoping to get an open panel. People come up on panel. Here's the thing. You don't have to know about these cases to come up on panel because I don't know about them. I'm learning now. They were just cases that I've only watched maybe one video on that I was just going to watch stuff with you. So you could come up. We could watch the news clip together and then kind of just like talk about it. Maybe find an article, talk about it. So nobody needs to be familiar with any cases to come up here. Or you could just recommend it. Like, hey, what about check out this case? And then we could look it up. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. All right, so let's put this back up.
Closely tied to the investigation have indicated that they are looking at funds within the clerk of court's office that are managed by Becky Hill. So whether or not they found anything, I'm not sure, but they have subpoenaed records from, I think they said 7 separate funding accounts that come out of that office. And 2 of them that they're focused on are federal funding from the Department of Human Services for incentive pay for child support enforcement. So whether or not they found anything, I'm not sure, but we do know that those records have been subpoenaed.
Mm-hmm. And why would they do that, though? Are they just dotting all of their I's and crossing their T's, or do they have reason to look there?
It sounded to me, so we've only seen one of the ethics complaints, and it sounded to me like the second ethic complaint that we have not seen yet, but we've gotten some detail on. The second ethics complaint was focused on potential misallocations of funds out of the clerk of court's office. So I think that's what led to the broader subpoena of those financial records.
Now, you may recall Becky Hill's son, Colt Hill, was charged with wiretapping last month and fired from his job as IT director from the county. Fitz News reported that Becky Hill's cell phone was also seized as part of that investigation into her son. The big question is, does any of this in any way relate to the allegations that Alec Murdaugh is making against Becky Hill that she tampered with the jury in his double murder trial earlier this year? At this point, it doesn't appear that it does, and that is a separate matter. Becky Hill has denied tampering with the jury in an affidavit submitted to the court. A hearing on that issue could be held early next year.
Wait, wiretapping though? What, can anybody come on up and explain it? Or you could write it in chat if you don't want to. Anybody that's been looking into this part of what's going on, what was he wiretapping? Like, what was that all about? Anybody know? Do you know, Ashley? And who got the gifted membership? Was it you, Derpstein? because I'm on the StreamYard side. Because I can't, my YouTube side's over here and then I'm sharing the screen, so I can't. But who got it? It looks like maybe Derpstein. I don't know though. Yeah, does anybody know? Oh, he was recording calls when his mom was on calls with people from the courthouse. Wow. And then what was he doing with the calls? Was he sharing them with anybody? Or they don't know what he was doing with them? Dang it. So not only was she probably involved in some stuff she shouldn't have been, her son, she got like her son all caught up in it. And she's still working right now, right? Like, she's not been fired or put on leave, has she? Wait, who got it? Oh, Patronus got it. Wait, why do you feel bad, though? You shouldn't feel bad.
News reports there are 2 ethics complaints filed against Becky Hill, one claiming she abused her position and stole money meant for the county.
Well,
no one knows what is in the second complaint.
The reason I played this video is because I wanted to play, because the Derek Rosa case. So we could skip through this if you guys aren't interested in this part. Let me know.
Both of them from the Ethics Commission, but those do not become public until the commission has vetted them and determined that there's probable cause that the claims are true. Hill wrote a book about the Murdaugh trial, something she was advised against doing. Newly filed court documents from Gabby Petito's parents claim Brian Laundrie's parents knew shortly after she died that their son had killed her and that they said nothing. The third amended complaint filed by the Petitos claims Brian Laundrie called his parents, Christopher and Roberta Laundrie, on August 29th, 2021, and frantically told them that Gabby was, quote, gone. The suit claims that was 2 days after Brian had killed Gabby in Wyoming. The suit lays out a timeline for when the Laundries hired attorney Stephen Bertolino. The suit claims Bertolino retained lawyers in Wyoming to represent Brian Laundrie in a criminal case days later. 2 weeks later, Bertolino issued the following statement, knowing that Brian Laundrie had murdered Gabby, according to the complaint. This is understandably an extremely difficult time for both the Petito family and the Laundrie family. It is our understanding that a search has been organized for Miss Petito in or near Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming. On behalf of the Laundrie family, it is our hope that the search for Miss Petito is successful and that Miss Petito is reunited with her family. The Petitos claim that statement caused them pain and suffering because it was a lie, and the Laundries and their lawyer knew at the time that Gabby was dead and would never be reunited with her family. The civil lawsuit is scheduled to go to trial next year. I actually spoke with Stephen Bertolino in October of 2021 about the Laundries and not contacting the Petitos after they knew that Gabby was missing.
Gabby Petito was going to be their daughter at some point. She was engaged to their son. And, you know, a lot of people can't understand why the Laundries wouldn't speak to the Petitos when they're desperately looking for their daughter. Can you elaborate on that? And do they have anything to say to the Petitos now?
Well, working backwards, I can tell you at this moment in time, we have nothing to say to the Petito family right now. Chris and Roberta Laundrie are just focusing on retrieving Brian's remains from the medical examiner's office, grieving their sons and dealing with that. And in the future, we'll see what happens with respect to not speaking to the Petito family in the beginning. That was on me. That was something that I told them they shouldn't be doing. And we're just going to leave it at that.
Did they want to speak to the Petito family in the beginning?
And Jeanette, I can tell you it's not about what they wanted. It's about what I told them they needed to do.
Brian Laundrie admitted to murdering Gabby in the suicide note before taking his own life in a Florida park.
Hey, get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out of the car!
Wow, that's body camera video out of Volusia County, Florida. Last Thursday night, a deputy saw a car with felony warrants and tried to pull over the driver. As you saw, 21-year-old Timothy Childs Jr. backed up and backed right into the cruiser and then took off. But deputies eventually caught up with him.
Sheriff's office, get on! You're gonna get bit! Sheriff's office, get on! You're gonna get bit. Come out now. Sheriff's Canine, come out. Get your hands up. Walk out.
Deputies continued to tell Childs to walk toward them, but he said he couldn't, so they walked toward him in some tall grass.
Hands up. Stop. Keep your hands up. You got less people? Yes.
I got him up, I swear to God, man. I got him up.
Crawl over the fence.
Eventually, Childs followed the commands and climbed over the fence.
It's gonna get bad for you in a second.
Stop your little. You made it over there.
Now get on the ground. Get on the ground.
I'm down, bro. Down, man. I ain't I'm not even resisting guys. How y'all doing? I'm not resisting y'all or nothing.
Yeah, you weren't resisting when you smashed the out of that patrol car, were
Bro,
you?
y'all hit me in the back. Oh, shut the up.
Childs is in the Volusia County Jail on a long
Yeah, I
list
don't
of
know why they're
charges,
covering a
including
bunch of-
resisting an
Do you want me to, well, it's almost over. I was going to say, do you want to just find other videos with the Derek Rosa, the case, that we were talking about? Well, let's see. We only have a minute or so. We'll finish watching this.
officer without violence, driving on a suspended license, fleeing, and a probation violation. Another guy in jail in Volusia County is in big trouble, accused of 33 counts of possession of child pornography. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children got a tip about Markel Kirk. Investigators with the Volusia Sheriff's Child Exploitation Unit got a search warrant and found child porn on Kirk's electronic devices. The sheriff says the victims range in age from infancy to 10 years old. In Los Angeles, police say one man murdered 4 people over 4 days, including a father of 2 young children. 33-year-old Jared Joseph Powell is accused of following a man home in this car last week and shooting him in his garage.
What the heck? For what? What is the freaking purpose?
The first victim, Nicholas Cymbalin, lived in a suburb of LA and worked for the county. Police say Powell was captured by surveillance cameras.
And the result of their work has positively identified the handgun covered from Mr. Powell's car as being the murder weapon of our 3 homicides. Additionally, our investigation has
Anybody want to come up a panel? I got the link.
at the murder scene of all 3 homicides.
Police say license
Maybe
plate.
we should go over to Rumble. I feel like I get a better turnout in Rumble than YouTube. That's crazy because I just started Rumble. And I only have like 75 followers, yet I get more views and better views than my channel. Oh, go make that make sense. Where's everybody at?
It's in the Los Angeles County Jail, charged with 4 counts of murder. And that's it for this edition of Crime Fix on this Tuesday.
Okay, yeah. The title is like kind of misleading because it makes it seem like it's gonna all be that, and it's that only. Well, I guess never mind. You can only put so much in a title, so if you want it to be about a bunch of stuff, but that was only like 11 minutes. But usually, on like these hours of lives, you can't put everything that's going to be in your video in a title. I wish they gave you more room for a title. But I mean, I guess it's okay. All right, so let's see if I any more with Derek Rosa. I might be better off like just going somewhere besides YouTube with it. But let's see if there's any other. I know there's a few other news clips with this case, but I think a lot of them show the same thing. But let's see. So we have this one.
Eric New, the Hialeah teen accused of stabbing his mother to death, is back in court.
It comes after disturbing crime scene photos were released in the case, and local 10 News reporter Trent Kelly is live in Miami with what happened during that hearing today. Trent.
Yeah, Janice and Christy, today's hearing was called after defense attorneys for the 13-year-old suspect alleged that his rights were being violated by housing him in the juvenile wing of an adult detention center while he awaits trial. They're now asking the judge in this case to move him to a juvenile facility. While ultimately nothing was decided today, the judge in this case did agree to hold another hearing on this matter later this week. It all comes just one day after we saw chilling new photos of that crime scene. 13-year-old Derek Rosa appearing in a Miami-Dade courtroom yet again today as his defense team asked for jail logs in their effort to move the teen to a juvenile facility. Rosa, who's accused of stabbing his own mother to death back in October, has been held in a juvenile wing of the Metro West Adult Detention Facility ever since his arrest. It comes one day after prosecutors released chilling new images showing the knife that they say Rosa used in the attack. Surveillance photos from the same day show his mother, Irina Garcia, in bed holding her newborn. 40 minutes later, Rosa appears to stand over the bed.
Hold on a second.
Police say the
I want
teen.
to rewind that. I'm trying to see where. Let me look at what they said she was holding her newborn. Oh, okay. You know how sometimes you'll look at something, you see it different than what it is? Okay. Dang it, man.
Born. 40 minutes later, Rosa appears to stand over the bed. Police say the teen stabbed his mom repeatedly while she was sleeping.
Oh, serendipity.
Then shows
I'll add you
Rosa
right.
with what looks like blood on his hands before calling 911.
I was gonna shoot myself, but I didn't want to.
Where is that gun right now?
It's in the living room. I loaded it. I pulled back the slide, but I did not shoot.
When police arrived at their Hialeah home, they say Garcia was on the edge of her bed with several stab wounds to her neck. The baby was not hurt. So far, Rosa has pleaded not guilty to a murder charge. His attorney also asking the judge to transfer him to a juvenile detention center.
Okay, that gave us more information.
Again, on that juvenile detention center issue, the judge ultimately did not make any decision here today, but he did agree to hold another hearing on this, giving defense attorneys the chance to call witnesses on this issue. That is scheduled to happen this coming Thursday. Until then, Rosa will continue to be held at the Metro West Adult Detention Center in the juvenile facility.
Ooh, we got two people now.
That's
Cool.
the latest live outside the Metro Justice Building in Miami. I'm Trent Kelly, local 10.
So we got the 911 call. That was interesting, and the baby's safe. The baby's good. So that gave like a lot more information. You know. Okay. So serendipity in the house and boss baby in the house. What's up, guys?
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. I haven't talked to you since the Kylie Rodney case.
Yeah, I haven't talked to so many people since then. I know.
I still watch all your lives though, so I'm still here.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And it sucks what happened with the Gannon Stout case too. So I didn't think that went over very well.
Yeah, that's
people can be mean, but you know, their loss.
Yeah. Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. I still enjoy it. You still have way more research than a lot of people do. And so I always come back because I know you're going to go through everything or read through all the documents. So I can count on getting the full picture.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. That makes me feel good and motivated because sometimes it's like I get unmotivated, like, and it's just been a crazy year with like so many different things have happened. I don't know. Not a good year, so I'm looking forward to next year.
2024.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be a good year.
Hi, boss baby. What'd you say, boss baby?
I said being a YouTuber could be stressful.
Yeah, I can actually. This is the most I've felt it, you know. So I mean, it helped me understand, like, you know, when you see other people going through stuff like that, it kind of helped me understand from a personal perspective, like how bad and how powerful like people in numbers, you know, like a lot of people like coming at you and how real it is, you know what I'm saying, like how real that could feel, you know. So yeah, but
yeah, that was a lot of people.
It's crazy, man. So this case, so you've been
I hadn't known anything about this one until you just played the video.
Yeah, me either, till Ashley sent me the that video earlier. I was like, maybe we could talk about this. I mean, there's not a ton yet to talk about. I mean, there probably won't be since he's a minor. You know how you don't get that much information, but gosh, though, how crazy. So he calls 911, says, you know, he's he didn't shoot himself, but he was thinking about it or whatever. But she's holding. So you understood it that she was holding a baby when the stabbing happened, right? Or no?
That's what I took from it.
That's what I thought. But that's crazy, dude. I mean, the baby probably won't remember any of it. So, but still, it's like, I mean, I wonder what happened. Like, I wonder if he had like issues with his mom, or was it just like one of those a mental thing?
Yeah, it's really sad and scary at the same time.
Yeah, like you can't even be safe in your own home. Like if you have kids, like parents probably sometimes are scared of their kids now because sometimes there's no
I'm just saying,
signs.
I think about it sometimes, and I'm like, what if, like, I feel like my kids are all like great kids, but still, every now and then, like, you don't know who they're hanging out with, what the kids at school are doing, and it is. I don't know if I'd be okay with like a bunch of teenagers nowadays, like staying at my house.
Yeah, I mean, and plus they could be easily influenced by peer pressure and stuff. So it's just I would feel I don't have any kids, but I feel like if I did, I would probably be a little like, I mean, it would probably cross my mind studying this stuff and always going over with my channel. It definitely would cross my mind like, like is he possible? Is he able, or what's the word? Like, is it possible that he or she, depending if I had a son or daughter, that they could do something?
Like that they would. Yeah. Well, and that's what I'm like, this kid and stuff. But so I live close to where the Aiden Fucci case happened.
Oh.
So, and I'm talking very close. So that was when that happened, like, it was Mother's Day and everybody thought that she was just missing. She had snuck out that night. And I'm telling you, when they found her, the comments on all of the Facebook pages from the children that she went to school with and that went to the schools nearby, and that's a pretty bougie kind of neighborhood, were horrific.
Really?
I have never seen such terrible things posted, and not necessarily like violent or anything, but talking bad about her, talking bad about the situation. And I was like, this is, a neighborhood where you feel okay about your kids, like walking during the day and riding their bikes and playing. And I was like, I don't know what these kids are doing nowadays. It's quite frightening. And that his crime was horrible too.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes you take a double take at, the kids walking around the neighborhoods and stuff. You're like, is that one of them?
Yeah. But wait, when you say talking bad, I don't understand what you're saying. So was this before they found her, you're saying?
It was during the period while they were looking for her, and then after they found her. And I don't, she was a cheerleader. She was a pretty little girl. I would say that most of the comments were made by people who were jealous of her. Probably other teenage girls and stuff, but there was boys commenting as well. They were vulgar is what they were.
What, like about her like being out, sneaking out, like maybe
with boys and doing things with boys, and that's what she was doing, and it was horrible.
Wow.
And I mean, it just added, horror to sadness and heartbreak that just added to it. But it makes you look at the situation like it could have been anybody's kid. Like, there's no reason that it couldn't have been my daughter or any other little girl that she knows.
It really could, especially with that case. Well, with any case, but it didn't seem like he wanted to kill someone. I feel like wherever the opportunity came. So it could have definitely been anybody's with him, and with a lot of people. I feel like opportunity strikes, and they have this. I don't know why people have that urge to kill somebody. It's just so weird.
And his mom, like, covering it up and like cleaning the blood. Oh my God, it still upsets me.
Because you have the urge doesn't mean you have to react to it.
That's true. Yeah.
There's probably people that fight it, that have it and just fight it. Maybe go get therapy and tell them and then try to fight it. Yeah, you're probably.
I've wondered that about like serial killers and stuff. Like, did Bundy ever fight it? Because he had a long-term girlfriend. He raised her daughter. Like, there wasn't any like I mean, maybe she started noticing little things along the way once the cops were getting involved, but for the most part, she was like, I didn't really, ever think it was him until they called out the bug. And I'm like, did he ever think about killing her or the daughter? Or was it like a constant battle in his mind? Like, I actually do have some sort of feeling for them, or this is just the picture I need to maintain. Like, that one bothers me so much because I just want to know.
Yeah, that is interesting. I feel like if I were to guess, which I have no clue because I've thought about that too with him, like has he thought about, but I would guess that that was off limits. Like he didn't really want to kill them. He wanted to kill outside of them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, it's. I just bought another book on Bundy. His interviews, like prison interviews, like his death row confessions. And so I haven't read them yet, but I'm like, maybe he said something after the fact when he wasn't being as careful. So I'm gonna read through it pretty closely and see, because it just bothers me. I just want to know.
Yeah, I wonder. Because, I mean, if he did have that urge to kill, but I wonder if it was, people have like specifics. They said what dark hair. They think it was from his, like people that look like his ex, right? That dumped him.
Oh, yeah, the ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
That broke his heart and destroyed him.
So maybe he didn't have any urge with anybody else. And maybe he wanted to keep him strangers. What's that, boss baby?
Because we all can kill.
I mean, we can, but what do you mean by that, though? Like, you think we all have it in us to be able to do it, like for self-defense? But
no, like even when we like even by accident, because the accidents do happen. Like when you drunk driving.
Oh
like,
yeah.
It's considered an accident.
That's
or
true.
like if you get like into like if you get in a rage, like if you like and you're angry, it does happen. Like I've gotten angry when I got into a fight, and like I know when to stop myself. But if I didn't know when to stop myself, I know that I probably could have killed that person.
But do you have, okay, so I have a question. Do you have trouble? Like, do you doubt that you will be able to stop yourself sometimes? Is that a thing that you're worried about?
No, that one when I was younger, but not no more.
Oh, okay.
Because I went to therapy.
Okay, so therapy helped you. So, okay, interesting. Wow. I'm glad you went to therapy. Was it a choice, like, or did your parents make you go, or was it like a choice?
That was my choice.
Your choice? Okay, good. I feel like that's when it is probably going to work better, when it's like the person's own choice. You know what I'm saying? And
somebody make you do something, it's not going to help.
Yeah. Plus, you have to believe in it and that it's going to work. Because some people have this thing where, therapy's. My dad was kind of like that, where he didn't believe in therapy, or he would never.
My family didn't believe in therapy either, and some people are in denial.
Yeah, that's true. So what other cases are you? Well, I know Serendipity. You said you were the Delphi Karen Reed.
Yes.
Tell me about that case.
Oh my goodness. I'm so far down the rabbit hole on so many of these. Karen Reed is up in Massachusetts, and her boyfriend was James O'Keefe. He was a police officer.
Okay.
And they had gone out to a party with a bunch of other police officers. And after they left the party, they were going to another officer's house, like a after party kind of situation. So allegedly, the story is that she pulled up to the house and he got out and went in the house. There's a witness that says she saw Karen Reed parked outside of the house and then she watched her leave. She went home, and the next morning he still wasn't home. 5 or 6 in the morning, she went to go find him and found his body in the snow on the side of the road. Yes.
That was an interview I just watched. I didn't realize that was her. I just watched it the other day. That interview with her. Okay. She was talking about how he like poked his head and she thought she was kind of making it seem like they did something, obviously. But go ahead. That's
so
crazy.
yeah, so pretty sure there's some super corruption going on. They have accused her of hitting him with her car and killing him and leaving.
Okay, I saw that there's a part of a bumper maybe laying somewhere. Somebody said, or something
her
like
tail light was cracked. But then the defense released the Ring doorbell footage from her house of her leaving that morning to go and look for him, and she backs into his SUV in the driveway. And you can see the taillight crack as she drives away. So
yep, I heard that there was a reason. Like some people were like, "Well, no, there's an explanation for that." But okay.
So when I saw that video, that was like a big turning point. But I think the biggest thing was there's a clip of one of the court hearings where the defense shows pictures from James O'Keefe's body, and his arm has all of these like bite and scratch marks all over it, and the defense is pointing to the marks and they're like puncture wounds on his arm. And they're like, how do you get this from a car backing over you? And it's also an SUV, and he was like 6 foot tall. I'm still not sure how she would hit him with an SUV and give him 2 black eyes. It seems like it would have hit him right in the knees. And I'm not, I'm confused how his face got injured that way, but the cops are saying that she did it. She is purposely backed into him during an argument in the driveway. She's saying that he went in, got in a fight with the owner of the home, who was also a police officer. That guy's dog attacked, and they ended up killing him. So they threw him out into the snow, and he died. And there was someone else in the house. There was quite a few more people. She actually Google searched how long to die in the cold. So that's also pretty suspicious.
Yeah.
So there's just a lot of little things like that you're like, that seems odd, especially when it was all police officers. Wouldn't they be more concerned about their buddy dying in the snow? But when the EMTs got there and she was trying to give him CPR, not one person went out of that house to go see what was going on or check on him.
Wow.
It's very, very strange.
We can watch that I might bring up that interview I watched the other day. That's so weird that I didn't realize that's who I was watching, but it was interesting. I was like, oh, huh.
Yeah, and the public has shown up. They're showing up to that courthouse with signs and protesting, and it's been a big thing. And that's what me and Petty Deb were talking about in chat, was Turtle Boy's been a big voice on that whole thing, and he's very annoying. I can't watch his content, but he has got the public all riled up and in support of her. So he's kept people's eyes on the case.
Didn't he get like charged or something? Arrested?
I think they've got something against him right now. I don't know. He's out again, but I'm sure they're finding something else.
Wow.
I mean, if I think he's annoying from his content, I'm sure they're tired of him.
Yeah, when he's like out there protesting.
The bullhorn.
Yeah. Hey, Ashley and Boss Baby. So, are you guys familiar with this case? Boss Baby and Ashley, the Karen Reed case? No.
What is it? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Karen Reed. I'm gonna bring up the interview.
No, I'm not.
It's
not
like, so she's in jail, right? She's been charged or no?
She's been charged. Yes.
Okay.
I think she's currently out on bail right now, but I could be wrong about that. I know they've asked quite a few times, so I'm not really positive if she is or isn't out right now.
Yeah, usually like a murder charge, you're not, but sometimes you are. Sometimes you can, so that's interesting.
Yeah, she was standing on the courthouse steps talking, so I'd assume that she is out.
Wow. Yeah, I've heard her name, and I know like the gist of the case, but I don't know much about
state you're in.
What's that, Boss Baby?
It depends what state you're in.
Okay. Yeah, what state is you said Massachusetts?
Massachusetts. Okay. Yeah, I think they're all Boston cops.
I want to see if I could find that interview I watched real quick.
Because in New York, really you catch a murder case, they're not gonna let you out on bond.
Okay.
Hi, Brian.
anything with violence, they don't let you out.
What states would they let you out in, would you think?
I don't know, because I don't even know the laws in New York.
Yeah, I know there's a couple of them. And depends on the charge.
I
If
wonder,
it's
do you guys
first
think
degree.
the interview that I watch is Nightline, ABC News. I wonder if they copyright and like, you know how they like take you off right away when you're live streaming sometimes. Do you think, I don't know if I've ever played a Nightline. Ashley, do you remember if I ever played a Nightline?
I don't think you have, no.
I'm nervous about that. Let's see. Is there
But
any
I'm not
other
sure.
interviews? It was good though. Gosh darn it. I don't want it to end the stream. You know how sometimes they'll end the stream if it's like copyrighted? They'll just like take it all. Go ahead.
I've watched other channels where like that does happen, but they're able to come back up on the same stream. So
What about?
maybe?
Oh, you could do court TV, no?
Oh yeah. But I don't know if does Court TV have an interview with her?
They've been covering it pretty well.
Okay, let's see.
Probably do then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then I had to copyright you.
Good
No,
idea.
yeah. I just that one interview. Hopefully there is like some interview with Court TV because it was really interesting to hear her.
Because that's where I follow my cases.
Yeah, no, they have.
Me too.
They got it. So much stuff. They have it covered. Like so many different like body cams and trials and cases. It's like,
I watch it more than I watch Law and Crime.
Vinny was out last week and they did a clip on Karen Reed and it was terrible. Like the two hosts didn't do any research. It was so bad. I was like, oh, Vinny is going to come back so mad.
Oh my
The
god.
only thing about court TV is too many commercials.
Yeah, true.
Oh. See, I have the premium, so they have a lot of commercials. I don't remember. They so
I don't get commercials either.
I just skip them. So
I finally got premium. It took me forever, but just this past year, I was like, I got to do it for my channel because when I share clips or whatever, I would have to hurry up if an ad came up because sometimes the music in an ad will copyright you. So it's like,
yeah, I was just thinking about that.
I got to get the premium. It was so annoying to have
Yeah,
to
I
do that.
bet.
Like
Yeah.
$14, man.
See, I've had the trial, but I've never actually bought premium. So I've only ever had it for like a month. Is it pretty good? I mean, other than
love
no
it.
ads.
I mean,
It is good because when I bought the Galaxy Flip 4, they gave me it for free for 3 months.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I
So
like
every-
the picture in picture, so you can close your phone, lock it, and your
I love
YouTube will still
that.
play. That's my favorite part.
Mine too. That's what I really loved
So
about having
anytime
premium.
you buy a Samsung product, they give you and you register it, they give you YouTube Premium but free for 3 months.
That's cool. Wow.
Yeah.
I have an iPhone, but yeah, that's a good
Me too.
selling.
I don't think I could ever go away from my iPhone.
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't even be able to work a Samsung at this point. I'd be lost.
I think I might be too.
Oh, I
man, I'm
know I
trying to
would be.
figure out. I don't know which one to play, guys. Court TV has a ton of them. I'm trying to find if they have any with her, like an interview. I don't see any with her talking, but they do have a ton of videos on this case. Let me see.
Ooh.
Wait, they have this one says security video release. Do you want to watch that?
That's the
Let's
the tail light
watch it.
video.
Okay. Ooh.
That and I think the court where they talk about his arm and show the pictures, that was like
Which
my
one?
turning point.
Wait, which one is that? Do you remember?
Let me see if I can find it real
Yeah,
quick.
if you can send it. I'm gonna play this other one while you look. All right, let's see. Because I feel like I could really get into this from even watching that one interview.
I've watched them since 2013.
Yeah. Wow.
And then when they left, they canceled the channel and then they came back.
Wait, they canceled it? What do you mean? I didn't know they
Court-
canceled it.
The court TV was gone like for 4 or 5 years.
They were.
Oh.
See, they used to be on TV, but
Yeah, because
well, they
then
still are.
They are. Then it came.
wait, I might not have known it before that then because wait, what year did they come back? Would you say?
They came back, I think, in 2020.
Yeah, I was gonna say because it was after I had my channel. I didn't realize they were there before that. Well, what happened then? Why?
I guess
did-
not too many. It's not too many views.
Okay.
Let's talk about the case that we're talking about tonight, which is in Massachusetts. The defendant is the girlfriend of the victim. The victim, a Boston police officer, dead in a snowbank. She's accused of the murder, striking him with her car. But the defense has a whole different theory about what happened here. I'm not calling it a conspiracy theory like in the negative way, but it's a theory involving a conspiracy. Okay, there's a difference. There's a difference. There's no one like landing from Mars or anything. There's a difference. But they are alleging some sort of a conspiracy. Now, for those of you who don't know what this story is, you need some more facts. Chanley Painter has the story.
John O'Keefe.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was
and he was a good man. That's why my client was with him.
Karen Reed is accused of causing the death of her boyfriend, Boston police officer John O'Keefe, after a night of heavy drinking. Prosecutors claim Reed backed her car into O'Keefe during a snowstorm and left him to die. But Reed's defense says the Commonwealth has it all wrong.
With each new piece of evidence that comes in, we're more and more convinced of my client's innocence.
O'Keefe's snow-covered body was found outside the home of another officer in Canton, Massachusetts. According to the prosecution's statement of the case, the couple was invited to the house after the bars in downtown Canton closed. Witnesses told investigators they last saw the couple at the Waterfall Bar and Grill. Others said they saw a black SUV resembling Reed's parked outside the house, but never saw O'Keefe come inside. Reed told investigators that she dropped him off at the after party and never heard from him again.
She went home to take care of the kids, and then she called him 49 times. Where are you? Why aren't you back? She was the one to go back to that residence to look for him. She was the one to find him. She was the one to try and keep him warm and give him CPR and try and revive him.
Wait, real quick. She called him 49 times, like all throughout the night? Because when that other video I watched, it made it seem like she went to bed and then wasn't like calling him all night. Was she like calling him all night trying to get hold of him? Or 49 times? That's a lot.
I think most of them were in the morning when she got up. I know there was kids in the house as well, so she wasn't able just to leave. And someone ended up coming to the house and going with her.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. All right.
But Norfolk County prosecutors question those actions. They claim voicemails and text messages detail strains in the relationship and the victim's desire to end their relationship, including a voicemail from the night he died in which Reed allegedly told O'Keefe that she hated him. Also, O'Keefe's niece and nephew who lived with him allegedly told police that the couple fought constantly about the relationship and taking up before his death. Prosecutors point to a broken taillight on Reed's SUV, pieces of which were allegedly found near O'Keefe's body to suggest she ran her car.
Near the body?
A forensic pathologist opined that significant blunt force trauma injuries occurred prior to Mr. O'Keefe becoming hypothermic. Cuts and bruises were found on O'Keefe's head and arm.
Somebody being hit by a car, I would submit, does not look like they had been punched out by Mike Tyson. And the victim here looked like he had been punched out by Mike Tyson.
Reed's lawyer, David Yannetti, says his client is not responsible for O'Keefe's injuries.
I believe that the evidence shows that she didn't hit him. I've said in the past that his injuries are not consistent with being hit by a vehicle. And by the way, the Lexus tail light breaking, coming in contact with a human being and not a hard surface, makes no sense to me. I think it's going to make no sense to a jury.
If not Reed, who? Her lawyer says that there's a lot they still don't know.
this is a case where the homeowner, being a Boston police officer, was treated differently than he would have been if he were you or me.
Okay, bottom line, this trial hasn't happened. I haven't seen the evidence, so I don't know what happened here. I just know what the prosecution is alleging here. But let's bring in Court TV legal correspondent Chanley Painter to talk about what the defense is alleging here. What is their theory on what happened here?
The defense seems to be indicating a theory based on recent motions that this was a police cover-up, that a dead police officer is found in the front yard of the police officer's home who has a close relationship with the lead investigator on this case. So here are some of those explosive allegations revealed in these recent motions, Vinny. They point the finger, of course, at the homeowner, a Boston police officer, where this after party was held, that he's this highly trained boxer and fighter with these deep personal ties to the investigation agencies of this death, and that he influenced this lead investigator who he knew well. They also—
All right, well, let me start there. Like, I understand, like, they're all police officers. It was a police officer party, so and who investigates murders but police officers. So I get that there could be some crossover there, but okay, so continue here.
Well, there's more. They also allege that these partygoers, a handful of partygoers at this house, colluded with each other. So they got together, got their story straight before they talked to the police, given a consistent account, Vinny. Some even changed their story a little bit after they met together.
Okay, that's not good. Changing I never like changing stories. Okay.
Or added details, not necessarily changed, but just added new details.
A little more info.
And then also this defense suggests that the investigators, again, who know this homeowner really well, planted those broken taillight shards that were found at the crime scene to make it appear that Karen Reed ran over or hit her boyfriend and caused his death.
That's now you've come up with an actual theory here. They're covering this up and they are framing someone for murder. They are framing someone for murder. That's what they're alleging, right? With that, that's what you're alleging.
Wait, how did they get pieces of her tailgate to do? I mean, how would they even do that?
They could just check her car.
Yeah, or with her already cracked taillight, you could have just pulled the piece off of it.
Yeah, just broke.
You mean when she went there to go check on her? Check on him?
Because she was the one who found him outside, and then after people got there, they came outside. So I'm sure while they were investigating the scene, that there was all those officers from inside now outside.
So I guess it's possible. Yeah. So
I don't know.
Something happened, and then
I haven't seen any of the pictures from like the taillight pieces or anything from the scene yet. So I don't know what they did or didn't find yet.
Personally, I think she did it, but was it an accident? I don't know. I don't. Well, as of right now, I don't think so, but that could change.
See, maybe she did it, and it wasn't that she hit him with her car. Maybe she did it a different way. You know,
possibly, yeah. And then, like, maybe staged it herself to make it look like an accident or something. Who knows?
According to the witnesses, there was people there when she dropped him off, and they were still there in the driveway when she left.
Okay, so did they see it happen? Maybe?
No, they saw him go in the house.
Oh, okay. So they never saw him get ran over. That's weird. That's
so he's alive when she left.
Huh.
Yeah. Supposedly, it's such a twisted case, guys. I've been watching it for so long. And my opinion off of what I've seen, and really a lot of that is the taillight video, and then the injuries to his arm and what they said about his face. In his steps, they have the data from his cell phone saying he walked up 3 flights of stairs at the specific time that he would have been inside of the house. But off of those things, I think that they are setting her up to take the fall. I think that they got in a fight and that they accidentally like hit him too hard and he died or something, similar. And they were like, oh crap, what do we do? And threw him outside and he died of hypothermia.
Oh yeah, and they're all cops, so they would know what to do to set up a scene, huh?
Yeah.
That's true.
And like Chanley was saying, he is the guy that owned the house is really good friends with the main investigator investigating the case. He also sold the house not long after this happened. And he also got rid of his dog. He sold it to someone out of state. So other little facts there.
That's weird.
But yeah, so that's my theory. But I am definitely watching this one when it goes to trial.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting one.
I wonder if it's pretty obvious that it is dog bites. I mean, you think that they would be able to know.
If you put it in Google, you should be able to see even on that link that I sent you.
I wanted to say there's no link in there. Do you guys? I don't see it.
Paste it. I might not have pasted it.
Yeah,
there we go.
I see where you. Okay, there we go.
Didn't paste it.
Now I see it.
When you see the thumbnail for that video, he is holding up the picture.
Oh, she bounced up.
She bumped us up again.
Let's go to the part where they show the surveillance camera, and then we could watch here. Well, we were almost there, so yeah, we'll watch up until we watch the surveillance, and then we'll watch hers. Hopefully, she'll come back. But I want to see the surveillance.
Eye that we see on. Okay, but none of that. None of that yet. Okay, all right. Now let's get back to that tail light.
Mm-hmm. It's huge.
It's really big. It's really big. How the tail light gets broken could be the key for this whole case for the jury. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
you have some video tonight.
That's right. Our Court TV team, our producer, obtained exclusively for Court TV video that the defense points to as an alternate explanation as to how this taillight could have been broken, Vinny, not by hitting.
When is this video recorded? Where is this video recorded, and what is the time frame according to the timeline?
Next morning. So
the morning after
yes.
John O'Keefe dies.
Well, same day.
Same day.
Yeah, but
early morning hours.
Closer to 5 a.m. Right.
Okay.
He's alleged to have been hit around midnight, 12:15, 12:30.
Okay.
This happens. This video, 5 a.m. A little bit before 5 a.m. Ring camera video from the victim's home where his girlfriend, Reed, was staying the night. So she, this is what the video, here it is, Vinny. So she's pulling out in the black SUV. And that's the victim's SUV parked. And the defense says that she makes contact, hits the victim's SUV right there, damaging that back right passenger side tail light. And they also claim you can see, the victim's SUV move, indicating that there was a collision. And then as she pulls away, they say that you can tell there's missing parts of the tail light.
Right. But it would have been missing if it was a result of striking Officer O'Keefe at that time also. Here's a closer look at it. Once again, as we're backing up here, keep your eye and see if you see any movement here from the other car.
A little bit. I see a little bit. Not
That's
a big hit.
Me too.
It doesn't say there's contact.
If the whole case was how did the tail light get broken, you've got reasonable doubt right there.
Reasonable doubt, yes.
You've got reasonable doubt right there because you can't tell, but it's very reasonable to think that at that point you could have broken that tail light.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Definitely could have.
That's defense evidence that we got our hands on. Great job.
Okay.
Right now.
Was there pieces there too at the house of the tail, or was it just at where he was found?
That I don't know. I do know the state's gone back and forth about there being pieces of the tail light or a cocktail glass that he had in his hand, which to me seems like very different things. They've also blamed his arm injuries on a cocktail glass being in his hand when he was run over. But if you see the picture of his arm, you're gonna be like, there was no cocktail glass that did that to your arm.
Yeah. No, we'll definitely get to that. is there anything else in this that we should see, do you think, or no?
Probably not. I think the videos, though they did give some good background on the details.
Let's see. Preservation of samples for independent forensic testing, motion to preserve Google geofence, motion for sell that. Oh, did they get any of that from the people?
They did. That's how they got the search results for one of the other ladies. And I think it was the homeowner's sister is the one who Googled how long to die in the cold.
Wait, whose sister?
Crap. The guy who owned the house, the other
I
officer.
thought you were saying it was her, Karen, that did it. You're saying somebody at the house.
Yeah, one of the other girls inside the party
Dude.
Googled how to die in the cold.
Yeah, I mean, I misunderstood that earlier. Okay, so man, maybe.
And that's the only search that I know of they've released. So I don't know what else was searched for, or what else they were doing on their cell phone. They could have been texting each other. Who knows?
Yeah, because why would you need to Google that?
While somebody is outside freezing to death in the cold.
If they're not involved, I mean, why would that's just. So
It was like 2:17 in the morning too. And I don't think she got there till like 5 or 6. So it was quite a few hours before she got back to find him.
I mean, that right there should be almost enough. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, that's like I don't know. That's the smoking gun right there.
Yeah, I feel like it is almost. Boss baby, what do you think?
I think if I'm the judge, they could put a motion for it not to go to trial, and there could be a motion of insignificant evidence. And if the judge feels like there's not enough evidence for the case not to go to trial, case could be dismissed.
That's true. When is the trial supposed to happen?
I don't think they've even put a date in yet. They're still going through all the motions, trying to get discovery and stuff. And I mean, so the town, that's his arm.
And then we could watch. So the video is still good that you sent too. We should still watch too, right?
Yeah, I think it's like 58 minutes though, so you might have to skip through. They have that board up in the courtroom like that, and they show different pictures of his arm. But that's basically what they're showing.
And
if you zoom in, it looks rough.
And they said
it doesn't look like a car. You said
that's from being backed over by a car.
How would you? Yeah, it doesn't even make any sense.
If I'm the judge alone, I would just dismiss the case just from that alone.
How fast can you back over someone to create injuries like that? It's just like, I can't go very fast in reverse, especially if they just got out of my car. Like, how fast can I actually back into them in like 3 feet?
Yeah, that's not.
Seems like you probably wouldn't even kill him. In all honesty, he's 6 foot tall. You'd probably bump him and then he'd crawl out and try to get you out of the car.
Yeah. Thanks, Crash Landing. Yeah, I mean, I think she's got a good case. I mean, she's got a good, she might not
reasonable
get
doubt.
Convicted. Yeah, I think there's going to be enough reasonable
the case
doubt.
might not even go to trial.
Yeah, I think the biggest problem with it is that the state has all of those cops, investigators that are friends with the cops who are in the house on their side, and you've got people trying to cover up things that they don't want out. I will say I just watched an update the other day where the town came together. There was 1,700 people from the town there came and held a town hall meeting and voted to have an internal or an external audit done on the police department there.
Ooh.
And it passed 900 to 800. So they will have an external investigation done on the police department.
Wow. Okay, that's good. Dang it. But so it does make me feel better that you said she is out on bail, so she's not sitting there in jail. So
yeah, I'm pretty sure she is, because she's been out on the courthouse steps talking, and I don't think if she was in custody, they would be letting her do that.
Yeah, they would never let her do that.
Unless she was chained, would they? Did she have handcuffs on?
No.
Yeah,
they still wouldn't let her out like that, though. I don't
usually.
think.
And maybe they let her out on bail because maybe the judge thinks because if a judge thinks you're not guilty, he's probably most likely he's not gonna let you out on bail.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times murder, but once in a while you'll get a murder charge where they do like that. Remember that one guy? I know I brought this up before, but they let him out on bail, but he was rich as crap, but he ended up killing himself. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
They never found her body, his wife, whoever, I always forget the name. This was probably like 2-3 years ago, maybe. I don't know if you guys remember. It was like
I do, yeah. I forget his name though.
Or something. Yeah. All right. So But yeah, it really does happen. But they do sometimes with the murder charges. It just depends. But I could see this would be a good example of why, good reason to not for somebody like that. Was her bail really high though? Is she really rich?
I don't think so.
So it must not have been that high. Because sometimes murder charges will have a bail, but it'll be so extremely high that most likely
they're like $3 million and you're free.
You can
that's
never
usually
pay
what it is,
it.
where they know you're not going to be able to get it. So they'll be like, yeah, $5 million.
Wasn't Richard Allen's bail like that? It was like some obscene amount.
Maybe.
I think it's like $2
I didn't
million
even know he
or
had
something.
bail.
You have to put 10% down.
Yeah, but still though, people that
like just 10%, and I'm like, yeah, nobody's giving me that.
photo something Dulo or whatever. He was really rich, so he probably did have a really high bail, but he was able to afford it because he was like super rich. I'm probably saying his name a little bit wrong, but it's something like that. Some really unique name. All right, so let's watch. Let's see. This is CBS Boston. Okay.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Alan Jackson from Worksman Jackson and Quinn, along with Elizabeth Little from Worksman Jackson and Quinn, on behalf of Karen Reed.
Good afternoon, Mr. Jackson. Good afternoon, Ms. Little. Good afternoon, Ms. Reed. Okay, so we're here for the Rule 17 motions. Who's going to argue those?
So, Your Honor, there are two motions before the court that we'd like to be heard on. One is the motion to renew our motions to compel, which we'd like to be heard on first, if the court pleases. And I would be arguing that motion.
So would they need?
Rule 17
You
motion.
need 8,000, right?
As my colleague.
Because you get 10% if you get a bondsman, and for 80,000 it'd be 8,000, right?
Yeah.
Why am I doubting that? But it should
But
be
for a
pretty
murder
simple
charge,
math.
80K, that's
But
not
yeah,
that
she
bad.
could see that. I could see how she'd be able to do that. Okay.
Yeah, that's decent.
That's definitely doable. Because I mean, if she owns a house right there, you could always use like a collateral, like use that for, you could use houses. I think, I don't know about cars, but don't they let you put up stuff like that if you have it? I think. What's that?
It depends what kind of car.
Okay, yeah.
I think it was a Lexus, right? That's what they said. She probably had enough in the car.
Yeah, maybe then if she had a really nice car. Huh. Oh yeah, because you mean the one that she hit the car with?
Yeah, I think they said it was a Lexus. They were like, and you see the Lexus back up. Like, there you go. Here's your bail.
Mr. Jackson would be arguing that second, if the court pleases.
Okay. All right, I'll hear you.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court. We are seeking immediate access to John O'Keefe's clothing, to all evidence seized from my client's vehicle, to tissue and other samples from John O'Keefe's autopsy, and to the original Canton Library video, which we still do not have. We are asking this court specifically to set a hard deadline for access to this mandatory discovery and evidence. Your Honor, at the outset, it is important for me to emphasize why a deadline needs to be set. It's important to emphasize why time is of the essence for our access to this evidence. It's been 15 months since my client was arrested and falsely charged with killing John O'Keefe. Prior to 15 months ago, my client was employed in 2 prestigious positions. Prior to 15 months ago, she had a robust health insurance plan that covered her numerous serious medical conditions. But 15 months ago, she lost everything. 15 months ago, these false allegations began to destroy her life. And for the last 15 months, she has been fighting for her life. 15 months after her arrest, she has no income. She does not come from a wealthy family. Her father was a respected and now retired educator. Her family is very squarely middle class. But given that Karen Reed is now fighting for her life, whatever money that they've saved is all going to her defense in this case. She's hired private counsel from 2 coasts. She's hired multiple experts at considerable costs. And when I say considerable, I mean tens and tens of thousands of dollars. And the meter is running with each passing court date. She can't afford to scrimp on her defense because her life is at stake. In the 11 months that this case has been pending in this court, we've continually asked for access to the same basic mandatory discovery evidence. We've been prohibited from inspecting that evidence. In February of 2022, the police seized John O'Keefe's clothing. It's now May of 2023. We haven't seen it. We haven't inspected it. We haven't been able to test it. In February of 22, the police seized pieces of taillight from my client's vehicle, pieces that they claim to have found at the residence where John O'Keefe died, despite the fact that multiple searches initially turned up nothing. Pieces of the taillight were only found after Trooper Michael Proctor conflicted Michael Proctor had seized my client's vehicle and had it in his possession for well over an hour. That evidence needs to be put to the test, and it needs to be put to the test now. We have been prohibited from testing it, from inspecting it, from even seeing it. There were tissues and other samples from the autopsy of John O'Keefe to which we've been denied access. We believe that when those samples are tested, the results will be exculpatory, likely case ending. But 15 months after she was arrested and 11 months after she was arraigned in this court, that evidence remains hidden from the defense. The police have made...
real quick. So I remember now when that video that I watched, they showed like clips. They have like surveillance of them at the bar, and it looked like they were getting along. Like, just looked like that they were, talking and they were doing okay. But then they were just saying on that video we were watching how they were fighting, and he was gonna break up with her. Which way was it now?
I think she was going to break up with him.
Okay.
But I don't know that any witness has said they've seen them arguing. It was just the text messages.
Okay, the text messages. Was it after she dropped him off supposedly, or when was this?
Earlier in the night there was messages, and I think it was actually before the party that they were having like a text argument where she said she hated him.
But weren't they at the bar together?
Yes.
So before the bar?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But I could be wrong on that and not be right on the timeline, but I think it was before they went to the bar.
Okay.
But if she's acquitted, she could sue the state after she's acquitted for wrongful prosecution.
Yeah, I mean,
she could sue them for millions.
Sometimes they like to acquit you with the contract of you can't sue us later. Or like when they acquit people in prison after like 20 years, they're like, we'll let you out, but you got to sign this saying you won't sue us.
Yep. Like people that take the Alford plea too, they have to they basically have to say, well, they have enough evidence to convict, but yet, you know what I'm saying? So you're not saying you're innocent. You have to almost like, the way you're saying it is that not necessarily that you're guilty, but kind of really.
I know you can prove it, but you're choosing not to. So I'm going to forgive you for keeping me in prison.
But if she goes to trial and she wins.
Yeah. I
don't think you could sue at that point.
No, because you win. But if they would convict her and then they find out she was innocent, then she would have a reason to sue, I think. Yeah. But
the reason she could win is because they took her to trial and they put her through trauma.
Yeah, but they do that all the time.
I think she would just be happy she, beat it. But I mean, she could probably try. I mean, people try. I don't think she would win if she goes through trial and she doesn't get convicted. I don't think she would win if she tried to sue. Excuse me. But that's why usually they have to do the probable cause affidavit. So the judge, says there's probable cause for the arrest. So he did find probable cause for the arrest, but I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. You know? And the fact that they let, the bail was pretty low for a murder charge, for what I'm saying, so she's not sitting in jail. So I don't think there'll be any suing, but we'll see what happens with the case, the fact that you might be onto something. If the cops planted something and they set it up, then she could actually.
Yeah, if they really did frame her and there was evidence.
Yeah, you're right. So Boss Baby might be onto something there with that. Well, they would if there's pieces of the tailpipe. I guess it could have just naturally came off with the snow, and think about it. The snow is heavy sometimes. She just hit it. Maybe it fell off from like driving, and then the snow, and it could have just fell off naturally, maybe, or no. I don't know.
Possibly, but did he just say that one of the officers collected taillight pieces after there had been multiple searches. And then he had the pieces of the taillight in his possession for over an hour before turning them in to go to evidence. I think that's what he just said.
But what would be the point? What would he? I'm confused. What
I think that the defense attorney is saying that the chain of custody was kind of interrupted because he was just holding them, and that there had already been searches of the ground and nobody found anything. But then this officer somehow found these pieces, but then he had them just with himself for like an hour. So they want to test them.
They might not even have came from there. You know what I mean? Yeah, I see. If nobody saw them to begin with, then that's messed up, man.
Yeah. So I think the defense is just saying, like, we want to test them and make sure they're from her car.
Yeah.
We want to know what you were doing with the pieces. Like, how did you find them? No one else did.
Dude, you know what a good way to also test to see if there's any paint or anything from the car she hit. Because there'd be sometimes paint on the chips that she, you know what I'm saying, or on her car. When you hit another car, paint comes off so easily. Even if you like open a door into a car, you could see the paint. You know what I'm saying? So
you'd also think if you hit someone hard enough to kill them, that you would do more than break your taillight.
Yeah,
my opinion. And wouldn't he have like marks like you? I just don't see you could like physically kill someone with your car and have no damage to your vehicle, especially like a plastic bumper. We all saw that parade where that guy drove through the parade.
Daryl Brooks.
And the whole front of and his whole front of his car was just destroyed from hitting those people.
You think there'd be DNA on it too, or maybe not because of the snow and with the way that he would?
I mean, I would imagine. Okay. I mean, even with his arm, with all those cuts and scrapes.
Yeah, dude. If they're saying that came from her hitting him, there would be DNA on the car.
Yeah, they're calling it road rash.
So maybe on the ground. But wasn't it all full of snow, the roads and stuff?
Yeah,
I don't think you would get that.
A snowplow also came through there that morning before she got back, and the snowplow guy never saw a body on the side of the road either.
What?
That's weird.
I forgot about the snowplow guy. There's so much I already know I'm forgetting.
No, that's usually how it happens. You'll slowly, start to remember by what we're saying. So where was he on the road? He was just like sitting right off the side of the road, or how close?
Yeah, pretty close. So the house is set back, I think, like 200 feet from the road, and it's like a big lawn, and it kind of angles down towards the road. And then he was like right on the edge, but all the cars were parked down there as well originally when they had the party going on. So it's like where everybody was parking, but the snowplow would have driven right beside his body and essentially thrown more snow on him if he had been there.
Yeah, they should be able to tell that if it was the plow got snow on him, by
and according to the plow guy, he saw no body out there when he went by. There's just so many little things about it that it makes me very doubtful.
Now, is the snowplow guy gonna be a witness and stuff? You think?
I would assume the defense will call him.
Okay.
I really don't know if it'll get to trial with them doing that external investigation, just because I think even if they don't find anything about this case, they're gonna find something that the police have done wrong.
I just found a news article of last year. So even if they drop the charges, it says here the United States Supreme Court made it easier to sue police department and governments when criminal charges are dropped.
Whoa. Okay. Wow. Interesting.
So if they were to drop them, she could come back and say, "Well, but you charged me."
And and I read the article, and you don't even have to be convicted, or even if you're guilty, you're guilty.
That'd make me nervous, though. I think after being accused of something like that, I'd be way too nervous to come and be like, "You guys messed with me. I'm suing you," and then get all tangled back up in that.
You gotta prove that they maliciously prosecuted you.
Yeah, I'd probably just be like, I'm gonna go and move to Hawaii now. Goodbye.
No, but if she's paying for an attorney to prove her innocence, then she lost something. She lost money, and she lost. He's saying that she
But
lost
it's a lot of money too.
and that he's saying that she's unhealthy.
No, that's true. Especially if they framed her and she thinks that some of the police were behind it too. So no, I mean you're right. She might actually take action on something because just how this case is with the him being a cop and stuff. Huh.
Yeah.
So is the cop okay, so the cops that were having a party, are they gonna be a witness against her probably, right?
I would assume so, yeah.
So wait,
they're
they're
all on
saying
board with
he never even came to the house, or what the heck are they saying?
Yeah, they're saying they left the bar and he was supposed to come over to their house. He never showed up.
Oh.
And she's saying, I dropped him off. He got out of the car and went in, and the people that were in like the parking area also at the same time said he got out of the car and walked in the house.
And wait, there's no ring cameras in the neighborhood to see if she went there that night?
Oh yeah, about the ring cameras. Everyone in the neighborhood has refused to provide them.
Couldn't they get a subpoena on
I'm
those?
sure they will. I'm sure they will.
Wait, they haven't yet though? Because I hope they're going to be erased maybe.
I didn't know about that until the other day when I was watching like the newest update I was watching, and they brought that up, that it was suspicious that everyone had refused to provide their Ring doorbell footage.
Wonder if they were like threatened or like the cop neighbors kind of put pressure on them
that your entire police department in your area is like, hey, how about you don't give them your Ring footage?
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know much detail about that. I just saw that in the most recent update, and I was like, that's concerning.
Yeah, that's suspicious too. And did you see what Petty said? I have it up. She said they didn't find footprints or drag marks in the snow, if I'm remembering correctly. But I don't know what that would mean, because I mean, if the guys did it in the house, they would have had to take him out, so there would be some. Oh, I guess they could carry him because there's big guys probably, but wouldn't there be?
And there was a bunch of them too.
But where's the footprints then? Unless if it snowed over top. If it was really early in the night and it snowed over top of it, you think?
Yeah, well, I don't know, because once the EMTs got there, all the EMTs were in that area, and then you ended up having all the people coming out of the house and neighbors walking down there to see what was going on and stuff. So I don't know how many footprints you could have actually
that's true.
counted as a specific person.
That's true.
But drag marks would be
yeah.
No.
I'll be right back, guys.
Okay.
And you would think just that blood on the snow would probably be pretty obvious. You would think, but
wait, what was his cause of death? Freezing?
Hypothermia.
Okay, so I was gonna say so I wonder if would he have been bleeding a lot though? Just his arms, right? And he had two black eyes.
They haven't released any of the autopsy. I don't even think the defense has gotten most of that yet. I know they haven't got anything for testing yet. They haven't been able to test any tissue samples or anything. But he had two black eyes. And that's what the defense attorney said. He looked like he'd been punched out by Mike Tyson, and someone hitting you with the back of their SUV would not look like someone punched you in the face a bunch of times.
So what if they got in a fight, they fought him in the house, they got in an argument, they beat him up, and then they kick him out, and he just was so drunk and beat up that he just kind of sat outside, fell asleep, and then died in the snow. Something like that. So in reality, they didn't kill him. I mean, they didn't beat him to death. They beat him up, and then he died because he died. So like, in their eyes, maybe they're like, wait.
Or maybe they didn't know he died of hypothermia. Tricky. They just thought maybe they accidentally killed him.
Oh, okay.
I'm just guessing. I don't know. I think they actually did end up killing him in the fight on accident. I would assume it would be an accident that they got upset at each other, got in a fist fight, and he hit him too hard. But I also think the dog
hypothermia is
jumped
the
in.
cause of death, though. So how could it be?
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I
saying?
don't know. But
So either way, it really wouldn't be them. I mean, kind of they beat him up, but how bad? I would want to know the autopsy. How bad was he beaten up? That would he have died anyway, or was he just beat up? They just got in a fight, and then he just went out there, was drunk, and just fell asleep. And because that would kind of suck too, because guys get in a fight. So what if it was just like people
Yeah.
fight sometimes, not a murder? They stopped and he left, and then he freaking falls asleep and dies.
I
don't
think it's
know.
very possible.
So I don't
Because
know
if he has
if they
blood
should go
flow
to.
trauma, that's different.
What's that, boss baby?
If he has blood force trauma, that's different.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is different. But if you're saying hypothermia, then that would be.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna have to look and see because if I'm wrong, then our theories are gonna be based off of wrong information. It bumps
But if
me
you're
out every
right,
time I try
then
to go to Google though.
that would. I don't think anybody should really go to jail for life if you're right, because like guys get in fights, like they're not doesn't mean they should they murdered anybody. So that would just be a bad choice he made,
So, question though, because the girl inside that typed in how long to die in the cold, did they want him to die?
Or did she see him out there and was like, God, I hope he's not dead. He's sitting out there. He's been out, and it was just
He's
curious.
been out there for 6
shoot.
hours.
You know what I'm saying? Shoot, wonder if he's dead. And she typed it in because of that, because she's like, wonder if he could
But
die
if he
that
was your
soon.
friend, why wouldn't you go bring him in?
I know. That right there. They should have
Like
let him
off
in.
an ambulance.
Would that be negligent homicide at that point?
So right there, it would be what would that be? So that would be classified into something. So you're right. So they knew he was sitting out there and worried that he could have died from hypothermia.
That's recklessness, so it's manslaughter.
Reckless something where it wouldn't probably be a life sentence, but it would be a good charge. Yeah. But now, since they covered it up and they're not saying anything, that could be worse. They're going to get different charges on top of it, probably.
They can, and then because you trying to cover it up, they might even hit you a murder.
Yeah. So now they're going to get a lot worse than what it could have been. Dang it.
Because you're trying to blame it on somebody else.
Yeah. Especially if they planted the car and then just trying to blame it on someone else. They should have just came clean. We're just hypothetically, we don't know if this is the case, but if that was the case, because, you could actually manslaughter, you could have like certain charges where you don't even have to do any time. You know what I'm saying? Where somebody dies, and you just are on probation because it wasn't like purposely, when you get like, there's people that've had manslaughter charges. Maybe they've always done a little bit of time, but where it's nothing like a murder where you're doing like life or whatever. Hasn't there been sometimes where like accidental type deaths where you get like some kind of manslaughter where you don't, or do you always do time? I'm trying to think. Why do I feel like
so? I think if somebody dies, you have to do time.
Okay. Because I was thinking like sometimes like car accidents, I feel like there's been times where I actually went to high school with two different people, cousins, related, two accidents killing people, and they didn't. Well, no, the one guy ended up doing time. I lied. He did. But the other guy didn't. He didn't do any time. It was like a drunk driving accident, and he didn't. Somebody died. So, but their family was lawyers and stuff. But yeah, so I guess it probably depends. Most likely you probably would. But the fact that they cut it does sound like either way they covered something up if they had like tailpipe, unless if it naturally fell. But then the girl, never mind, the girl looking that up. I'm sorry, I'm like going all this back and forth in my head here.
I've been doing it for so many months. I'm like, I don't know what I believe. I don't.
Yeah.
But I do think that's it could be very likely that, they accidentally, beat him up. He went outside and was like, I'm just going to go sit out here until my girlfriend comes and gets me, and freezes to death, and they don't go out and help him.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would assume like negligent homicide or just searching it, like you're looking out the window, like, yeah, he looks like he's gonna die. Wonder how long it takes.
Yeah, like go out.
Kind of
Yeah.
concerning. But to frame someone else is also really screwed up. So
Yeah, if they indeed did
You're
that.
gonna frame somebody. Don't frame his girlfriend.
Yeah, don't frame his girl. She's already sad he died. I'm assuming probably got custody of the kids at this point. Maybe she doesn't. I don't know.
Yeah, either way, even if they didn't take the tail light or whatever on purpose, they are letting her be charged for it, knowing she's not involved because they freaking watched him outside just sit there. Unless if they no, I keep going back. No, if she freaking Googled that,
you gotta
then
frame somebody else with like has a criminal record or something.
Yeah, they could have. I mean, they're all cops. They got to know a bad guy. You didn't know a bad guy you could blame?
Yeah, there you go.
There's got to be somebody on the street that you know that you don't like, and you're like, this guy can go down for this. Drag him over here.
Wow.
That's kind of sad, though.
Graphic. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining. And Petty sent me crime scene. So Petty, the picture you sent me, they're like really blurry. Is that, or is mine not loading right? Is what you sent me like really like pixelated or no? Let me look at it again. It's like, it looks like it might be outside. Have you seen those, Serendipity?
Yeah, they're probably of the house and the road, so you can see like how far they were from the house and stuff.
Here, I'll show you. It's really blur. Ooh, there's a bunch. So I don't know now with everything that happened with me. I don't know if I should show. There's like pictures of him laying in the hospital. Is that him in the hospital? Did they show these on this too? Oh, this is probably what they were going to show on this video, right?
I haven't
of his head
seen
and stuff.
I have not seen pictures of his head.
Oh, shoot.
I have not looked for them. So
Well,
I
Petty
know
just
they
sent
did
me-
show the ones from his arm and stuff, but I don't remember seeing any of his head or face.
Show that because they'll cut you.
Wait, say that again. What'd you say?
On YouTube, you cannot show anything graphic.
Well, I mean, it really isn't too. It's not that. I mean, they show like the back of his head, so it does look like maybe some kind of blunt force trauma on his head. So that's interesting because if our theory were talking about, they got in a fight, that would be a pretty big fight. And then it shows his arms, and then it shows like his face with the two black eyes. So they don't show that on here that you were gonna. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I normally probably. I don't know. I don't even know what's okay anymore. I mean, it's a part of the cases, and like, to me, I feel like it is important to see everything, but I don't know. I could show the top where these blurry pictures of the outside if you guys want to see, but they're pretty blurry. The ones of the outside with the snow and stuff. I don't know, guys. Oh, yours aren't blurry? So Petty, I'm talking about the snow pictures are blurry. The other ones of him aren't blurry. So the ones outside that you have, Petty, aren't blurry? Because those would be okay to show, but you can't really see much from how it's loading on mine. Huh, that's weird then. Hold on, let me try again. Wonder why mine are. It's like so pixelated because it's almost like, yeah, even the writing. It's actually from, wait a minute, this is on Long Crime. That's Long Crime that posted this stuff. So in Court TV that posted the pictures and stuff. So I mean, they're posting it. I don't know. What do you guys think?
If we can see them, if like.
No, I'm talking about like where it shows his head and stuff. I don't.
Oh.
Like
how graphic is it? Like, do you see his injuries?
Yeah, I mean, you see.
I want to see them honestly because I haven't. But
So like, they're like, is the graphic that because we don't want YouTube to take you down?
Yeah, that's
I don't think they would. I've seen. That's the thing here. People are, I don't want to say hypocritical, but like I've seen I've seen stuff like this all over YouTube. It is
same.
But you know how people got. It was just like so hypocritical with everything because it is everywhere. It's part of cases and stuff. And like, the pictures that I got all in trouble for, they're still up on YouTube and they are the exact same pictures. And I will put my hand on the Bible and say, swear on everything that everybody lied. They're the exact same ones that was at trial. But anyway,
just say they're for educational purposes only.
They are. They actually are, because I mean they always are, and it's like, look, it's helping us to learn and figure this case, because now it's making me think this is for just to be a normal fight with that head injury. That makes me think, it doesn't seem like maybe a normal fight, unless if he fell back and hit his head on something. But still, then what's that?
They probably could have used the weapon.
All right, I'll do at least the snow pictures. Hold on one second. Let me take this down. I was trying to see what chat was thinking, but not many people are chatting. Where's everybody at? All right, let me see. Hold on, guys. Let me try to do. Sucks, because it is like when you're studying a case. I mean, to me, it's important to be able to see everything. But I know there's people that are different. But I think am I gone? Oh, it's like, wait, why is that not pulling up? Okay, hold on. Let me see something real quick. Let me actually. So I guess I could just share his arm. I mean, but what? I have a question. Why is it different to show the back of his head compared to the arms? What's the difference? If you're showing the arm.
Point.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't see what the difference is. So I'm saying, people, not you guys, but some people just, they don't really look at it. They just kind of they don't see the bigger picture of everything. It's like, I don't know. Okay, so let me share my screen real quick. So there's a bruise on his hand too. It shows his hands. Good find though, Petty. Because I mean,
I knew I liked Petty.
Because if you go to the courtroom, they're gonna show this in person.
Yeah. All right, hold on one second. Let me make sure.
I'm just saying, the autopsy photos from the Jodi Arias case are all over Google, bad. They're the worst that I've ever seen. And you just put his name in, and it's all over Google Images. It's awful.
It is awful. I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So, see, I'm trying to think. So, okay, do you think the one on the back of his head, now there's one about the front of his face, do you think showing the front of his face with his black eyes is too far then, or?
No, it's not that bad. Now, Jodi Arias' case was even worse.
I don't
so much worse.
All right. Well,
she
you guys,
amputated his head.
Trigger warning. But I do think it's important for this case. I mean, we're talking about it and we're trying to figure out what happened, and I do think it's important to learn and for us to figure out, because I think it helps me realize that this is a bad fight. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta have some people that cannot handle true crime.
If they did fight, okay. So hold on. I'll start with just the hands real quick. So those are the arms. Oh, wait, see, there's a big bruise right here, guys. You see that? But that would go along with getting hit. You know what I'm saying? Get hit by a car too. But I mean, also it could go along with a lot of things. But do you guys see that?
Even with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
And then we have here on his hands. Okay, that doesn't look like marks of punching. If you're punching, that would be more on your knuckles. If he's fighting somebody back. So he doesn't have any.
If multiple people were hitting him or kicking him once he went down.
Oh yeah, that could be. So is these? Oh yeah, that's all the same arm. And And then what's this? I don't know. I'm like nervous to scroll up with his face because I feel
I'll
like
tell you what that is in the brown bag. That's how they collected the evidence that night. They put them in solo cups in a paper bag.
Wait, what?
Snow with blood on it? Yeah, they put it in solo cups.
Wow. So wait, did they find any of her blood? It was just all his, right? Or anybody else's?
I have not seen results from any of that. I don't know how well you could collect DNA in red solo cups, so.
Because those definitely, his scratch or his marks, those are definitely not, like, that wouldn't be from nails. Nails would be so much smaller, right? So, like, if like she was scratching him, that wouldn't be like that, right?
Yeah, the defense alleges that the German Shepherd that was in the house would have bit and scratched him while trying to protect the owner of the house. And the dog did have a previous skin break and was quarantined at the animal shelter. They didn't know if it was against another dog or if it was against a person, but
I don't know. I'm nervous to show the face and the head. I don't know with what I wouldn't normally, but with what I feel like everybody's more critical of me right now. So I'll share it with you if you like. I could put it in the chat and you could see it, Serendipity or Boss Baby. But I don't know. I'm just nervous because of how everybody is. But he has two black eyes and he has a big thing on the back of his head with a cut. The cut's probably like 2 inches. It's like a slash or gap. I don't know what you call that, but it's a cut and it's pretty wide and it's like 2 inches on the back and then it's like red up here, like where it's kind of bruised up above it. And then he does have 2 black eyes. It does look like he has bruise on his shoulder too, both shoulders. But somebody said lividity could cause that. Will make it look like, and that's true.
the bruises, yeah.
So maybe the back and the shoulders is what that is. What about the
especially
hand,
being in
though?
that snow.
Yeah. Well, what about the eyes? The eyes is definitely somebody. Well, something happened to his
face.
The nose even looks bruised. like his
something
nose
would have
looked
to happen to the
black and
front
blue.
of his face and the back of his head.
Yeah, dude. Something his nose. So I wonder if even if something happens to your nose real bad, won't it make your 2 eyes black?
Both of your eyes black.
Because
Yeah.
his nose is like almost purple.
Like
So
if someone broke your nose, you would probably get 2 black eyes.
Yeah, okay. Let me share the snow pictures though real quick. Hold on. But
I've
see, I
thought
can't
about the
make out-
backing over multiple times, and I just can't see with an SUV hitting him high enough on his body to damage his face and then slam him into the ground hard enough to, slice his head open and to give him road rash on his arm. Going at like reversing speed. It just, I cannot imagine how. I mean, I'm sure there's a possible way to do it because everything's possible, but no matter how many times I've gone over it in my mind, I'm like, I don't see how you could do all of
Yeah,
that.
that would be hard. But here, see how I'm saying this is kind of blurry. Well, it doesn't look as blurry up on this. Like on my screen, it looks really blurry, but I guess it doesn't look as blurry when I'm looking under my small screen. But that's this. Wait, so wait a minute. Is that just. What is that? Is that blood? Or is that him? I'm confused.
I'm wondering, is that like the grass where he would have been laying while it snowed on him?
Yes.
I haven't seen these before
But
either.
that means if that melted, that means he definitely was alive when he went out there because body heat, warmth, right?
Yeah, instead of getting like cold right away, it would have still been warm for a while.
Yeah. So he did die. I'm sure he did die from hypothermia. So, but I just would want to know, like, how bad was whatever happened to him before that? Because that would determine, like, whoever did this, what kind of charge. I mean, was it like just a little fight or was it something serious where they caused like some major injury,
And then he couldn't get back up.
Yeah, like it made him pass out and he couldn't. That would be murder right there. You know what I'm
especially
saying?
if you've been drinking, all throughout the night, and then someone beats you up really bad, you're passed out, and they toss you out in the snow. You might not have woke up before hypothermia kicked in.
So if that wasn't his choice to go out there in the snow and they just got so beat up that he passed out in the snow, that definitely would be more murder. Okay. Wow.
It And it, yes, and if they plan them to put him there, that should be murder one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, I don't think. Well,
Especially if they like talked about it while they were in the house. Like, what do we do? Well, let's just throw him outside.
That's
Hey,
planning.
Google how long it'll take for him to die out there. Just
You're
thoughts.
planning.
Here, I'll put, if you guys want to see, I'll put the link to, if you guys want to see it.
I
know
do. Yes.
Serendipity, I know you're real, well, why did this link is so long? Tell me if that works. I hope I did this right. I just linked what she sent me. And if you just scroll down, you'll be able to see it. The first thing will be like the snow pictures, and then you scroll down. Let me know if that worked. If not, I'll try it again.
I saved the link. I'm afraid if I open it, because I don't have StreamYards, it'll bump me back out again.
Oh, okay. Just see. Okay, yeah.
But I saved it.
Okay. I did it again, but I wanted to see if it was smaller, but it's still the same thing. Okay. Anyway, yeah, this case is definitely interesting then, because like the cases that are like unknown and it's not maybe what it appears to be, and to be able to try to like figure it out. If it's some of the cases it's just like it is what it is, and it's people already know pretty much for sure. But the ones where it's like, what the heck happened, I feel like makes you more like intrigued, and I don't know if intrigue is the right word, but like it makes you want to like figure it out more, and look into it. And but then it's gonna, how sucky would that be if she does get convicted and you really think that she's innocent? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, that's kind of how I feel with Delphi right now, just watching all of this happen. And I'm like, so when the defense memorandum dropped, I was kind of, maybe he did it, maybe he didn't, not really sure. They've been kind of secretive up there in Delphi the whole time. Doug Carter stresses me out with his overly emotional, dramatic breathing. Every time I watch him, I'm like, please stop.
I know.
Even with Flora, if you've watched his Flora presser, he does the same thing. Until the day I die, I will remember these girls. I'm like, Doug Carter, please.
I know. I don't understand. I can't wait to tell the story. Oh, I'll tell you. Wait to hear the story. Like,
maybe he really is just this genuine, caring guy who gets too wrapped up. But on the other hand, I have a slight thought that I do not think that is the case. I think it's garnering sympathy and kind of letting things slide. But when the memorandum first dropped, I was like, what is Odinism? And holy crap, they have gone off the deep end with this. And I'm a big fan of conspiracies. I will read through them. I will, find them very entertaining along the way. And I saw it and I was like, there's no way that this is a cult. Like, absolutely not. And I listened to Crime Curious go through the whole memorandum. I think I listened to it like 4 times. And every time I listen to it, I'm like, holy crap, they're right. There's so much. And ISP just kind of looked the other way. And, I know they're putting their best foot forward in his defense. And the PCA was really vague and terrible. So all of that. But at the end of the day, I don't think I actually considered that he was really innocent until the whole thing started with the judge. And I was like, something is drastically wrong here. Like this is not normal. I have never, ever, ever in all of the trials, I am obsessed with watching trials to my own fault, have seen defense attorneys even be able to withdraw their own selves. Like Jodi Arias's lawyers tried multiple times to get off that case. He begged and pleaded. She wouldn't even talk to him as her lawyer. They sat on opposite sides and wouldn't look at each other. They wouldn't speak to each other. And the judge was like, absolutely not. Nope, you're staying on. You're stuck. Deal with it. And I was like, this is just there's something wrong. And so the more I watch, the more I'm just like, there is something wrong
And then he's
here.
trying to get back on.
Yeah, and it just seems like, there a coincidence here and there, maybe one or two coincidences, but once you start getting into things, it's just like this whole town is a big coincidence of this person being linked to this person, being linked to this person.
It's like, when does it stop being a coincidence and start being something more? Yeah.
And I'm sure they have other evidence that they haven't released, but maybe they don't. Maybe that bullet's the only thing they have.
I know. I'm beginning to think that. Because I don't think they have a connection between them. I was thinking, well, maybe they found some kind of connection between him and the girl somehow. But, like, what else did they have? Did they find DNA? According to the Frank's memorandum, they don't. They don't have anything. So, like, do you think maybe they haven't gotten to it? Maybe they do, but they would have had to give it to them by now, right? Like, all the discovery, but they did say they haven't been through all of it yet. But still, I don't know. Because you know how they took, from the car seatbelt, and they took stuff from his car? Like, did they find anything? They would have had results by now, right? But
I would
they
think.
made it seem like there was no DNA, no connection, from what they said, unless if they were lying. But why? I don't think they would be lying in a official document like that. So yeah, I mean, doesn't look like they do. So.
Well, and I think that the defense attorneys going to the links that they're going to, they could have easily, walked away by now. It didn't have to go to the Supreme Court. They could have just been like, we might have been able to, to win, but we're probably going to lose. Let's just get out now, save our firms, move on. And they're not. And the only reason I can think you would risk, another, even if they went to trial next month, that it's still going to cost them a ton to be his lawyers pro bono, pay for all of those experts with their own money. I mean, that they're looking at a minimum $50,000 to take him through trial on their own, plus their time and energy and not being able to work on their other cases. Why would you do that unless you really did think this guy didn't do it?
Yeah, they just really believe in him, yeah. So
I have my concerns on that case.
I know. No, me too.
They're doing it
Me
for-
too.
The lawyers want to get on the case, and if he's found innocent, it's also for publicity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It would be a career breaker for sure. I mean, if you
But
win
if-
that case,
But if they have, if they see that they have some good evidence, so that's what makes me think that, yeah,
they
one of
don't.
the reasons that they probably don't, because I mean, yeah, like you said, they're sticking with it pro bono. They would lose a lot of money, but they would, if they won, you're right, they would gain a lot of publicity. It would probably help.
What do you
their
think, Zab,
future.
about the Elvis situation and him saying he spit on the girls and the sister passing the polygraph, and to not even give them polygraphs or anything, and then you bring in Patrick Westphal and polygraph him in August of this year?
Yeah. Just to cover their butts because of what was coming. Yeah.
And I have a feeling that's what it is. I don't know. I'm leaning more one way than I was the other way. So, but I'm interested to see it. And I really, this whole Supreme Court thing, every day I'm just watching YouTube, waiting for something to drop.
I wonder when.
I know, but
it's probably going to be soon.
Polygraphs are not admissible in court.
What's that?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't hear what you said, Boss Baby. What'd you say?
I said polygraphs are not admissible.
Well, in Indiana, they are actually. Remember, at least
they did say they could use them, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much weight they put into them in court, but yeah, they use them. They could use them in Indiana. There's certain states they could use them in, and Indiana is one of them. But I mean, of course, there could be some issues where it could be a false positive, but there could be, but still, I mean, they put a lot of weight during those investigations and polygraphs. I mean, if you think about all the cases, they use them.
I
But
don't know
even if
that
they,
actually the polygraph mattered for him, because I don't think it's about getting the answers to questions. I think that was more about, hey, we did our follow up on him. See, here we polygraphed him. We did our
Oh, for
research. We checked him
Patrick?
out.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
don't
I
think
agree.
it was about, oh, look, he lied or didn't lie. I don't think they cared which way it went.
No, with that one, no. With Patrick, I agree.
And didn't he say he didn't know? They told him it was inconclusive or something like that.
So,
Like they
well,
didn't even say it was yes or no.
Yeah, so then the guy that was interviewing him was just like, well, then you must have passed because you would have heard something if you failed. But dude, like with how corrupt it is, if they might not even. I don't
He could have
trust
failed,
the
and they're like
results.
100%. He passed.
Yeah,
Definitely told the truth.
I don't trust it. But why? I wish they would give Brad and Elvis a polygraph. Why would they give
Elvis.
the sister but not him? You know what I'm saying?
Found that so odd. So odd. He tells you, a trooper, that he is like, if you did find my DNA, could I get out of it?
That's I'm like, what the heck?
You weren't like, sir, get back in the car. We need to go have a polygraph, or we need to talk a little bit more.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't get it. And they're like, oh, we're keeping everything close to the vest because only, if the killer would know certain things. And then somebody does know certain things early on and they don't. Like, wait, so what's the whole point that you didn't want to tell anybody anything? And then you don't even use that to your advantage when something happens? You don't look into it? It's like...
So I actually watched a few of your videos over yesterday, and I was going to ask you where they're I'm going to lose where I was going with that. Yeah, I completely forgot. I'm sorry. I'll think of it in like 2 seconds.
Okay. Was it about Elvis, or was it, since we were talking about him, do you know, or no?
No, but it was about I can't believe I just forgot. My ADD gets a hold of me and I'll be going one way and I'm like, squirrel.
No,
off the other way.
Trust me, I understand that so much. I'll
what was
lose
it?
thoughts in mid sentence like that. Yeah, it's like you're in the middle of a gosh darn sentence. I forget what I'm gonna say. Like, how does it happen? I
Oh,
don't
it's
know.
so irritating because I was waiting to ask you about it too. Oh, I'll think of it in just a minute.
Shoot, remember?
I will, because I watched her videos and I was like, oh, remember to ask her. And now I just completely spaced
So it
what
was
it
an
was.
old video, like an older, like how long ago? would
They
you-
were at least 6 months ago.
Oh, whoa, 6 months ago.
Oh,
So
I know where I was going with it. The sketches and them releasing them out of order and everything. So I was going back over everything, and then I realized multiple times in pressers, they remind everyone that the voice on the recording is only one person. It's not two different people. It's only one person. And Doug Carter insists on this through multiple videos. And the more I think about it, I'm like, but what if it's not? What if it's not just one person? Because they originally released Down the Hill. That was their first little clip. Then they did some editing and released with him actually walking, and then they played that separate audio clip with Guys Down the Hill, and there's like that cutout in the middle and it's all
yeah.
What if it is two people? The what?
Can you play Girl? Can you play that video again? The Down the Hill?
Yeah. The
you
Guys
mean
Down
the
the Hill.
The
Yeah.
audio and the yeah.
Yeah, and the more I saw him saying Guys Down the Hill, it's just one voice. Just remember, that's just one person's voice. I was like, lies. No, it's not. Just because you're telling me it is. So
Yeah,
I'm
and
curious
just, like-
now. I listened to it. I can't really tell, but maybe it is two
Yeah, I don't
different
trust
people.
stuff he said, because he also I played those clips of all of the freaking press conferences. He also was trying to insinuate that the audio was the same guy as the video, when the other guy was saying it's not necessarily the same guy. So that was, and then the sketches, that makes me so mad. The
So
sketches,
mad.
it's not
Like the sketch that was done within 3 days, you didn't show for 2 years.
Oh my God.
Blows my mind. It's like you didn't want to catch the guy, is what it seems like.
It does it not? Yeah. Man.
Yeah, the more I watch him, I'm just so I also listened to the one where he was talking about the shack and the movie reference. So I rewound it like 4 different times when he's like, I watched this movie the other day called The Shack. Oh, it's also a book. And then he says like half a sentence about it and then just carries on like nothing happened. And I'm like, what was the purpose of anybody? And so I looked The Shack up and I'm like, it's like some guy that goes to some cabin and dreams about stuff. And then it turns out he was actually in a car accident and was hospitalized and never went to a cabin. And like some random Native American and other person were gods and they were showing him his life in a dream, I guess, while he was in this accident. It was very twisted and strange. And I was like, I don't know how that relates. I really don't, unless you're saying this is a dream and not reality.
Oh, dang
it's the
it.
only thing I can put together. It's just, it was like absolute nonsense. I was like, what is happening? I'm so confused by him. He speaks in riddles and I feel like there's always some message that I'm missing.
Oh yeah, even that interview with Kelsey when she's like, we want to clear up that rumor about the shack, because some people were thinking that, the shack, maybe the girls were taken to the shack because you mentioned the shack. And she's like basically telling him, let's clear this up, and he just sits there and doesn't say anything. I think she wants you to clear it up. You can't clear it up. Why not? Why don't you say no? Yeah, let's clear that up. It doesn't have anything to do with, no, they weren't taken to the shack. Like, why couldn't you say that? Like, it didn't have anything to do with me, insinuating basically that girls were taken to the shack, because that is a rumor that was going around. That shack that's on the property, that maybe something happened in there. And so, but why couldn't he just say it right there? But he doesn't. He just sat there. It's like,
and they did the same thing when they asked him if they had the right guy in prison. And he's like, well, the judge signed the search warrant. And they're like, okay, but do you feel like you have the right guy in prison? And he's like, the judge signed the search warrant. And I'm like, why are you refusing to answer the question?
I know. It's just, well, thanks, Petty. Who got the, who won? Or who got the, because I don't have the YouTube side up. Who got it? Oh, Many V. Is that who got the membership? Because you said congratulations, Many V. Congrats, Many, if you were the one that got it. Okay, so you want me to play the audio, you said, right? Again?
Yes.
For Down the Hill? Okay. All right, so, well, we can end up playing both, but I just brought up the website where it has the audios and videos too. All right, so I'll do that. Wait, why am I not hearing it? Oh, shoot. Hold on. It didn't. Wait a minute. Which one do I... Hold on. Hold on a second. I gotta see. Did I share the right one? Okay, this is the right one. All right. Oh, I should play different... Hold on. Let me play one that I have... Oh, you can hear it. Wait, why didn't it do guys? Hold on, maybe I should just go to my video. Oh, this is just the Down the Hill. Oh, I thought the website had a both. Hold on. I'll get one of mine. But here's the... Yeah, I'll get one. Here, let me get the one where it plays them. I
still don't think the video looks like Richard Allen. I'm
You
sorry, but
don't?
that guy looks so much taller. I mean, Richard Allen's the same height as me, and I would not look like that on a bridge.
Okay. Huh. I always thought it did, but I mean, I'm not convinced it is, but I could see where it could be, but I'm still not convinced that that guy is, I mean,
Is
how do we know
actually the
that that guy's the
person.
guy? Yeah.
I've wondered the same thing. Like, well, okay, he has a Carhartt and jeans, but do we have any evidence of him actually doing anything? Or we just guess because he was on the bridge he did it?
Yeah, and did you hear parts of the interview where she's twice said, Abby's mom twice said that they already basically know who that is, and they're not really worried about him, and that makes me think that back then that they thought, okay, that's Richard, where he's good or something, and then they didn't tell
We already
us.
talked to him.
Because she said it. They already talked to him, so we're more focused on the other guy. She said that, dude. Like that was like 3 years ago. So why did
And
she
if
say
you
that?
already knew who that guy was, then the only other one you would have been looking for is the young guy sketch.
Yeah, that's what she said though in those interviews. She said we're just focused on the other guy now because they don't think, that this guy is the guy. They're going through a different direction. We already figured out who he is. But it's like, wait a minute, they never said that. Doug Carter keeps saying, and everybody keeps saying that's the guy we're looking for. But like I said, yeah, it makes me think that they were keeping that. Because maybe, what if that, well, you don't think it is Richard, but I'm thinking, like, what if it is? And then they already had that in their back pocket just in case.
Just in case.
Yes. And
I still do wonder about, back in the beginning when the audio came out and there was rumors going around that they wouldn't release the audio because they didn't want people focusing on the police because the person might have identified themselves to the girls as law enforcement.
Yeah.
I still think that is so very likely that is what happened. And they were like, this is bad. This is bad.
Yeah,
Though I still have some suspicions about that Sean Evans himself. So
right.
I'm sorry, but I also think that Keegan Kline is still intertwined in this. Whether I don't think that he was, there to kill them or had any intention of killing them because that was not what he was after. But I think he is somehow involved. And those interviews, when you and Juliet read over those transcripts of his interview, it's so very telling when you hear it out like that and you hear the conversation. There was a lot going on with him and his connection with Libby and talking to them at that sleepover the night before and stuff, and them flying him out and doing that Wabash River search. What was that about? What happened at that search?
But you remember right after that, they arrested Richard. That was like
after.
Same week or the week after. It was like really soon after. And it's like, what the heck?
I wonder.
There's got to be a connection or something because
something.
We've been waiting for this to be solved for what? Going over 5 years, and then you do this search, and then you arrest somebody? Like, what? Huh.
That's always bothered me. And the thing, I know a lot of people didn't really go deep into the Keegan Kline stuff. And it was kind of just like on the side, like a side tunnel on the rabbit hole. But I went pretty far into the Keegan Kline. And I know that a certain podcast that a lot of people are frustrated with right now for some leak stuff, they did a super, super deep dive into Tony Kline and Keegan Kline. And I had listened through all of those, and they had an interview with Keegan Kline's half brother going over all of that, the whole story about that the cops asked Keegan about the toilet and it overflowing and him slamming the boy into it.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't hear that.
The half brother did an interview with him and told the whole story of what happened and why his parents, like why Tony Kline and his mom split up and stuff because of all the domestic violence, and there's a lot of horrible childhood trauma there. But it was interesting to hear from like his point of view, and he said he didn't think Keegan Kline even knew about that event. That he treated Keegan very differently than he treated his half siblings. So.
Wow. I'm gonna have to watch that though. Okay,
yeah,
I
it's
watched
very
the one with
interesting.
Keegan, but And what about Keegan, the one interview with him where he says that he has some stuff about Delphi he wants to say, but he wants to wait till his case is over. What the heck? What's that gonna be, I wonder?
And the thing is I know like Keegan's a liar, pants on fire. And a lot of stuff that he does, he's trying to get money on his books. He's trying to get attention. He obviously sought a lot of attention, doing the things he was doing. But I also think he does know more, and that people have kind of just like looked past it. The FBI and ISP was kind of like, meh, he's fine. Gave us what we want. So we're just going to get him with, the crimes we have and leave the rest alone.
Man.
So
Wow,
I would like to know what he told them and what he knows.
I know.
But of course you wouldn't say anything. If they gave you a deal, you're not going to say anything about that.
Yeah, so wait, so he said he will after his case is all done, but if they give him a deal, they could still go back on it if he's in prison, you know what I'm saying? So that'd be risky for him to, well, we'll see.
And
he's
I'd
going to be in there for a long
sometimes
time.
they give you like immunity for certain things. Like if you tell, we'll give you immunity on this specific thing. But maybe he is waiting for himself to be sentenced and it to be done with. But I wouldn't be surprised if he never did say anything.
Yeah, because I still wouldn't trust, like, even if he was sentenced and then he goes out and says something he's not supposed to, they could still, I wouldn't trust what they would do, keeping on their word. Like, I don't know.
And he has to know kind of what the atmosphere is up there. They came and snatched him up out of prison and took him over there for that search and stuff. Like, they're not really playing small games. You have to think of the scale of that to come and get you out of prison on charges like that to go do a search. Something.
Yeah.
You're not just a little bystander who doesn't know something. You have something they want.
Yeah, like what the heck? What? Huh? So do you think his dad is maybe involved, or is there something?
I don't know how he ties in. Honestly, I cannot figure it out. I have sat here and tried. I don't know how they're intertwined, and I don't know if both he and his dad, because I know there's a lot of back and forth about the devices and who logged in and who didn't. And he says he wasn't at places when his device was being used, that if his dad was kind of using it as well. And maybe Tony Kline has some, friends in the Odin game or something. I'm not sure.
Maybe,
I have no idea. It seems a lot of people do, and they're allowed to wear their patches and,
unless if he's just blaming his dad because he doesn't want to get in trouble.
Because he doesn't want to get in trouble. But his dad didn't get charged with anything either. So
I wonder if it's coming, though. I wonder if something's coming. I don't know.
I wondered if they weren't going to end up charging them with something to do with Delphi at some point. They've always said, we don't know if it's just one person. Even after they arrested Richard Allen, they've never really said, oh, yep, he's our main guy. Like, he's the only one. They're still out there like, well, we haven't cleared anybody yet.
Yeah.
But if you have your guy, why is nobody cleared?
Yeah. It's very interesting. That one, Rick Snay, I've caught a couple of his lives where he says, I guess he's friends with Tony or something, and he talks to him.
Yeah, I
do an interview, but he'll relay stuff. Okay. Yeah, after the leaks and stuff, I never even heard of him until the last few months or whatever. And then I watched a few of them because he does have some information because he had talked to some people that made me want to watch a couple of his lives. But he was talking about
Criminality had mentioned one of his videos, and I went over but it was just a couple of days ago, and I went and checked out one of his videos. I haven't got into all of them yet.
Yeah,
but I like hearing the different, interviews of different people and stuff. Like just a Patrick Westphal interview was super interesting to me. Some of the stuff he said, I was like, and he was really open about stuff, which I found. I was like, could he be guilty? Maybe he's not. Because he seemed genuine to me. He really did. But then on the other hand, some of the stuff, I very much do not believe why he ended his friendship. That absolutely not. And nobody says beat bricks. That's not a thing. So I don't know what that is. That bothered me. But I don't believe he ended a friendship over playing Osatru verse. The other guy's dad was a preacher. Of course he's gonna, be respectful of his dad and go to church on Sundays. Maybe he was just playing Christian and he was actually believing the Osatru. I don't know. That just seemed odd to me, and I was like, I don't believe you when you say that. I think there was something more.
Me too.
And maybe it was the girlfriend thing. Maybe the girlfriend was hitting on him and that ended up being it, but he did seem genuine to me, so I didn't disbelieve him. I'm torn.
But see, I don't know though, because then, like I said, people were talking about on Reddit how his ex was talking about it was like he was such a liar, like he made up, like he was lying a lot, and that he's violent and all this stuff. So it made me think, gosh, am I just like kind of naive and I fell for it? Because sometimes they're good liars. Sometimes people are good, but it makes me wonder that maybe. Maybe he's just good at it. I don't know.
Maybe he's just good at lying. But I was torn. I watched it twice because I was like, maybe, I'm just, again, I always try to like give the benefit of the doubt. And I'm like, maybe. But he was so open about the Odinism thing and like all the levels. Yeah. I don't believe him about that tree either. I will say that.
Oh, you don't? So you think he's painting an F on it?
I don't necessarily think he's painting an F, and he might not have been painting anything. I don't think that he was putting something up in the tree, because if you watch like the way that he's doing it, it doesn't look like he's trying to stick something up in a crevice of a tree. But the way that he said it really bothered me. He's like, I wanted to make sure nobody was going to come along and take it. And I can't remember if it was like a coin or a rock or something I had in my pocket. And I just decided to, put it way up there so no one could get it. And I'm like, why would you just randomly want to stick something in a crevice of a tree? That's odd. And then he was like,
it was like a blessing, or what do you call it, or something, or what was it for?
I'm back.
And then he was like, he was like, if I was walking by and I saw a crystal or something stuck in the crevice of a tree, I'm gonna grab it and put it in my pocket. And I'm like, normal people don't just go around grabbing coins and crystals out of crevices of trees and putting them in their pocket. Like, if I see something in a tree, I'm not sticking my hand in the hole. That just seems like a bad idea. Like, a squirrel's gonna bite me. There's gonna be a spider. Like, bad things could happen. I just don't walk around like, ooh, look at that shiny thing in that tree. I don't know. And that just bothered me. It just bothered me.
But see, I just don't, it doesn't look like he's painting anything either. So that's why I almost believed him with that one. But I mean, what about you guys, Boss Baby or Ashley? What did you feel? Did you believe him on the tree offering or no?
I don't know what to believe.
Did you watch that interview though? That we're talking about?
No.
Okay. Ashley, I know you watched it.
The way y'all saying it, I don't know what to believe.
Yeah, well, I do tell you, I mean, he was right about, they were wrong about saying it's like 4 foot and it was the same height though. Why would they say that? Because I wish they wouldn't say stuff like that, because then it makes you think the other stuff is, even though a lot of the other stuff's backed up by stuff, but it was definitely not 4 feet. He was like stretching up. So I don't know why they said it was like, oh, same height, about 4 feet.
Yeah, definitely I found that odd too. I don't know where the 4 foot came in there.
It's like not even, it's obvious that it's not. So I don't understand why they did that.
Even with Richard Allen being a little midget like me, you would have to bend over and like get low to paint something at 4 foot on a tree.
Yeah.
So you're like squatting down painting an F. I didn't think it really looked like an F. I know they like pointed to the ruins and were like, oh, it looks like this. To me, it looked much more like someone had blood on their hand and like grabbed the tree to pull themselves up, or, push their hand up against the tree and left like kind of hand fingerprints. Especially if you had gloves on, it's gonna like kind of smear a little bit. But
wait, are you saying it does? I'm confused what you said. Did you say it does look like that or it doesn't? Do you think it was painted?
I think it
or?
looks more like someone had blood on their hand and they like used the tree to grip to stand up or like slid their hand down it a little bit.
So do
But I would think there would be a DNA, though. If I heard correctly,
but what if
the branches and stuff weren't collected for weeks. So,
but what if it was one of the girls? What if it was like Libby that put her hand on it? It could have been because I think it was by the tree.
That would break my heart.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, very well, she was right there. I mean, but with that being said, if that's true, then that means that they were killed right by there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That they weren't like killed somewhere else and then brought there. So I don't know. Yeah, I just thought of that. Well, you would think if not, there would be some DNA if it was the guy or it was the person that did it then. But they said that they didn't take the tree part, but didn't they take... They obviously got the blood off of it. You think they would have got enough to make sure there's no DNA. I forget, did they say that they cut off that part of the tree or not?
I thought someone said they had the tree sitting in the judge's office at one point.
The tree?
Like the whole tree.
Why?
Ask Petty. They always know the answers.
Oh, John. Hey, John, I missed your thing first. Hey,
I thought, from what I remember, people saying they had the whole tree, but I could very well be wrong.
I never heard that, but I mean, maybe. Wow. Let me see what chat's saying. Batman. Becca. So, because do you remember that Core TV video where I thought she said they didn't collect any of that stuff?
I know they didn't collect the branches for weeks.
Yeah. But, yeah, I guess I'm trying to think what she said about the tree, though. Because they would have had it.
I really thought they said that it was in the judge's... Like they actually had it in like the judge's office.
Why would they even do that? What?
They've done a lot of things I don't understand. It could just be rumor too. There's been a lot of rumors to go with this case.
Petty, that's what I thought. I think she said something that they took the bark off of the tree. So they do have that with the F on it. But it came back for the sticks. That's what I'm remembering too, though. But dude, like, how do they know? They had so many people searching and stuff, so those sticks could all be contaminated by the time they came back, unless if they had it all.
Well, and how many people do you think went down there to that crime scene after the police left? Everyone in that town that wanted to know what happened.
Yeah, so I mean, how do they even know those are all the right sticks and stuff? I don't know. I mean, I'm doubting.
Especially that stick that's cut off the end. That stick bothers me that they brought that up so many times about the stick with the cut off end. Because in my mind, it's absurd to think that someone brought a saw with them to saw the end of the tree off while they were down there. Can I tell you something?
Because I did see the photos. I was one of the ones that did get to see it. And I don't see any... The sticks that I seen, it looks like it was just broke. There's none that looks like it was sawed off to me.
It was sawed off? I've always wondered about that.
I don't. And you know another thing, and I think people might... come after me on this, the whole horns thing, I don't see that either with Abby in the horns.
I heard that from somebody else too. They said it did not
look
there
like
was
that.
some sticks up there,
There's
but
some
it didn't
sticks
look
up there,
like
but
they
looked
were
like
horns.
natural. Like horns didn't pop out like how that they said it. But everything else, but those two things, no.
So question then, since you've seen them, the big stick that was laid across Abby, the way the defense has described it, I cannot try to gather the size of the stick. What would your estimation be on the large stick?
On Abby or Libby?
Libby. The big one that goes past her knee and all the way up over her shoulder.
Like, are you saying like the thickness or the length?
Length and thickness. Like, was it closer to a log or is it still a small branch?
No, it's still a small branch. Or like a thicker branch, but not anything near a log. No.
Okay.
I mean, maybe like this thick, maybe.
Okay. So that's a way smaller than I
mean, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, possibly that thick because I have to.
It's still pretty thin.
But it's not like a log, maybe. But
like in my mind, I was thinking maybe like 4 inches across, maybe. Like I was saying bigger.
I
For
don't
sure.
think. I mean, at the most, I would say 3, but I would think 4. No, 4's
Be too
pushing
big.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now I'm trying to
But
think if I have more questions about the pictures since you've seen them.
I'm trying to think what else that would that I wanted to that's interesting about that. So it does look like she's wearing Libby's jeans because they do look bigger on her. So she doesn't have that same, on the zip up hoodie that she has on the bridge. No, she definitely has a different one on. So they said it was Libby. So yeah, it's like a dark, almost looks like maybe either black or really dark blue, if I'm remembering right.
What's your theory on why they switched the clothes like that, and why leave one undressed and one with the wrong clothes on? Or was it just a matter of like rushing?
What if he wanted to dress them both up, dress them back both, but put the wrong ones on Abby first, and then couldn't get the Abby's on Libby, so then just threw hers out in the river. But you know how criminals are, they don't, they're weird. They have weird things. So he could have been like, oh, well, let me have some kind of, what do you call it? After you freaking brutally murder him, but I'm going to have some respect for the body. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Where's that but you hear that sometimes. So, but I mean, I guess it is to a degree, but I mean, look what he just did to him, but I mean, I guess, but yeah, so what if he was looking at it like that, and then he did Abby first, and he couldn't get Abby's clothes on Libby. He put the wrong ones on by accident. I could possibly see that, but if not that, then it's weird. Then if it was something different than that. But even that's weird. Well, no, it's not.
Still
because
weird,
sometimes
but
people they do dress them. Yeah, okay.
if they
But
wanted to
could
cover
it be
'em up, but
one
why leave
person?
one?
But again, one person doing that all in that short of time, I guess
I
it's
still don't think that's.
possible.
I don't think it's
know.
possible.
Hold on, I'm gonna run to the restroom. But yeah, maybe not, because that was about an hour he had. Well, for their time frame, if it is Richard, it would be about an hour.
I will say the defense did a great job of making that seem way too extreme for one person to do, because they broke that down in so many steps that by the time it ended, I was like, I couldn't have done it. Nobody else could have done it. 4 people couldn't have done it.
Yeah, the way they broke that down.
Yeah, they went through like each stick.
Yeah.
What do you think, Ashley, about the clothes?
Oh, I don't think she's there. I don't think I could have done it myself, and I'm 5'9".
Yeah, and he is 5'2". Like, he's tiny. Like, I'm 5'2", so like I know how short I am. I just imagine. I think both of the girls were. I think Libby was taller than that. I think she was like 5'4", and Abby was probably at least 5'2" or something. Like, they weren't tiny little girls. I just see them, that would be so hard to control 2 girls that are similar size, maybe not weight, but similar size, and trying to control both of them. Especially, and I know, like, we don't actually know, like, their causes of death and stuff specifically, except for what we've, heard from the pictures and from, the defense memorandum, that if they didn't have other injuries except the final 2, they didn't have other injuries, then how would you have been able to control them? And I think that's where the gun thing comes in. But how does one person control 2 girls that are almost the same size as you? I can't figure it out. I mean, if he had a gun, I could see it, but would they have still not fought or run?
So can I just tell you real quick about Libby, though, because you asked about Abby first. But
Yes.
Libby, there was a bigger thing on her, because you were just asking about Abby. But do you want to know? Do you care about the sticks on Libby? So Libby had like a big one, like I would say like this thick, real big. She had a bigger one, but not Abby's didn't have a big one like that. So, but anyway, I just wanted to clear that up in case if people are like, well,
And maybe it's possible I got them confused too. For some reason, I just kept imagining this huge like log like stick on one of them, and I'm like,
just on one of them. I was like curious, like why did you just think on Abby? But you're just saying it just on one of them. You just thought, well, you're right then.
I've seen a diagram that someone drew of it, but it didn't have the bodies in it. It was just the sticks. And then I've, read the memorandum and stuff. So I've never actually seen the way that it was laid out with their bodies positioned there. So it's like trying just to imagine where the sticks were and what way they were laid.
But wait, what? I can't remember. Did the memorandum say that Abby had a big log or something, or no? I forget how.
I don't know if they specifically. I don't think they called it a bigger log, but I think they like talked about how large one of the sticks was, and that's why it's sticking out in my head so much that I keep just imagining like how heavy that would be when it's laid down on a body like that.
Now, let me clear this up. One of them might, now that I'm thinking about it, one of the sticks might have been just like flat. You know what I'm saying? Like cut like that. But I know from what I'm remembering, a lot of them look like they're just like broke. You know how the edges, if you like break a branch, how it looks. But you know what? I do think one was just like straight down. So I take that back. But I still think you might be able to find something like that around there, but maybe not. Would you? What do you think? If it looked like it was straight?
So on that, would you, from the picture, say that the sticks looked like they were like dry and had been out there a while, like they had been broken for a while, or they were more like fresh, like broken off of a tree?
Ooh, that's a good question. No, I feel like it
I'm like, now as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, did they go and break fresh branches, or these like the sticks that you found lying around that were already like light and dead sticks?
Yeah, I'm thinking that you could probably find them laying around. But now I'm trying to think of like, okay, to get like a one that was like flat, broke flat, would that need something to cut it? I don't know. I'm trying to picture naturally if you could get it. But there was only one like that, if I remember.
Did that stick resemble the rest of the sticks, like in like coloring and texture, like the same kind of wood, or could someone have brought it from a different location? Maybe they didn't bring a saw, but maybe they brought a stick.
But see, then that, if they freaking brought a stick, that means it would have DNA on it, probably. If somebody brought it, like, dude, they might have screwed that up so bad. Like if somebody actually, because they were insinuating that they thought maybe somebody brought it, right? So, dude, if they had it at their house or somebody was carrying that would have DNA on it.
Now, if they were
DNA.
Well, and that's been my theory about the tree. If they painted something in blood with their hand, is there not DNA of theirs mixed with the blood? Because if you're writing on bark, it's rough. You're gonna your fingers are gonna scrape into that.
Yeah.
You're gonna leave DNA.
Yeah, wait a minute. That's true. That'd be more of a chance doing that than just like maybe. Yeah, maybe. Because if you're like doing that, it would scrape, and if you're trying to like, yeah.
Yeah, but like he just said, if they have gloves on.
Oh, yeah. Never mind. Okay.
Then we have nothing. We're back to square zero.
Yeah.
Well, unless you want to be like the Long Island serial killer and just carry around your wife's hair and throw it on all the bodies. I'm sorry. I find that extremely suspicious.
Do you think she's involved?
I've gone down a couple rabbit holes with that one. And my problem with it is we don't actually know the day that most of those girls were killed. Like, you don't know the exact day. We know when they went missing. We know about, here and there where they could have been. But how do you say she was out of town or out of the country on the day they died if you don't know when she died?
I mean, I guess because they coincided, like both of them, like with the days that she was gone. So that kind of is like makes you think, okay, so he probably did it when she was gone because both of them were missing. Wait, was there two of them? I know the one they still didn't charge him. There's just three, right? That they
Three,
think.
yeah.
Okay, so the two were missing on the days that she was gone. So chances are, you would think, that's when it happened. That's when he was doing it when she was gone. But if he's involved in maybe a lot of other ones, I mean, maybe she was home for some of them.
My problem is you know when they went missing, but you didn't find them for what, 10 years, 7 years, a long time that these girls were missing. And then you find their remains and you're like, well, we can guesstimate how long their body's been there. You can't tell me probably a month, like what month of that year that they died. Like, how close could you actually get to giving me the date of their death? How do you know when she was out of town? Was she out of town that whole year that she died that year? Do you know she died that year? She didn't die 2 years later. I don't know, but I also find it odd that her three separate hairs near three separate bodies, all missing and dead on different times, seems extremely coincidental to me.
Long Island's only an hour away from me.
What is?
You should
probably not go to Gilgo Beach. That place seems terrifying.
Long Island.
Oh, okay. Jonathan is close by there too, the guy in chat. Were you following that case then, Boss Baby?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yes.
He looks like a killer.
But do you think his wife knew about it at the least, or do you think she just was
She knew
oblivious?
about it. I don't think she's involved.
Oh, you think she knew he was doing it though, and never said anything? Like turned him in? I mean, I know she knows now, but you think she knew back then?
I think that if he's told her, if you say something, I'm gonna kill you too.
Yeah, threatened her, yeah, maybe.
I think it's likely she knew.
Or do you think she just knew? She suspected but he didn't know for sure. Like they never talked about it, but she kind of sensed. Oh, I think. You think it's something like that?
I think she had to know something's up. This guy was an engineer. He made really good money. He works downtown. He has obviously got plenty of cash coming in. They live in a shack, essentially. Like,
yeah, so
it was not a nice place. And I'm looking at it like, where's your money going? Like, what are you spending it on? I also have issues with their previous commander-in-chief, or however they call their main sheriff officer or whatever,
really?
the Blake guy that ended up getting arrested.
Oh, yes, I know. Okay, I forgot
yes.
about that. Yeah.
And I really do think there's a link between that and if it's Rex Heuermann, then a link between the two of them. But whoever the killer is, I think the link did have to do what was on Blake's laptop that he beat that kid up over for stealing it. I do think that's tied in. Because if you were making snuff films and your chief of police is buying those snuff films and someone breaks into his car and steals his laptop with those films on it, that'd probably be something you didn't want people to find out.
Oh, you think it's involved like it's with those girls, you mean?
I mean, it's just a theory.
No, I never even thought about that.
I heard
Okay.
someone, and I'm pretty sure it's the guy who got beat up by the chief of police, came out and talked about the videos, and he said he made it through about 2 minutes and he threw up. He said the videos were so horrific and so graphic. And then, of course, Blake arrested him and they beat the ever-living crap out of him at the jail.
Wow.
And then that's what Blake ended up getting,
I didn't
in
know
jail
about
for.
the videos. I knew like they said they found like some stuff like that he used probably like but I didn't realize.
So just
that it was,
connecting
like,
the two.
so bad
I was like,
videos.
what if the serial killer was making videos of what he was doing and selling them? It's obviously just a conspiracy theory that I've come up with, but
Dude, that brings me back to the Delphi. Remember they said the tripod marks in the dirt?
Yeah. What about that? Where's the pictures of that?
And why? Well, I guess I was going to say, why didn't law enforcement ever say that? But they kept everything quiet, so I guess they
Close to the vest.
Hopefully they have
I'm back
pictures if that
again.
happened.
Oh, sorry.
Hopefully that's a part of the gosh darn discovery, because that would be important.
I've wondered that in that case as well. Was there more, the same similar kind of situation? But I don't know on either of them. That's just kind of where my brain took me with the Long Island thing. I was like, but what if?
I mean, you never know.
Who knows? There's obviously there's things like Delphi going on, so I can't be too crazy.
Yeah.
I can't even make that one up. If I had told you a story about Delphi after it happened and been like, this is where this is headed, you would have been like, you're nuts.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I would never have guessed. Never have guessed. So
It's
crazy.
not going to go well. I don't see this going well.
Excuse me. Ashley, you still with us?
I asked
She
her a question
disappears a
earlier,
lot.
and I was like, where'd you go?
I never know if she's here or gone.
Oh, me? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Someone was talking to me. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Wait, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Starting to actually get tired. I was up early. I was up at like freaking 6:30 this morning. Might have to call it a night, but this was a good chat, man. I like chatting.
It has been good.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm gonna have to change that. So in the middle, when we were talking about Karen Reed, I updated the thumbnail and put a picture of Karen and then changed the title. But now I'm gonna have to put some Delphi because I want it to like be what it is. So we talked about Karen, Delphi, and I guess the little bit of Long Island, but that I don't know if is that enough to include it. And then the first one, the Derek Rosa. So I'll just do Delphi, Karen, and the first one that I did with the 13-year-old. So we'll make it because I mean that's.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Are we still doing a rumble after this?
I don't know. Let me walk around because you know my
Sam's face is like, oh crap.
Get your walk on, girl.
Girl, I've never seen someone be able to do as long a lives as you do.
I know. It's crazy. It's like
I have literally gone to sleep during your life, woke back up, and you're still going. I'm like, cool. I still have something to jump into.
That's
Me
good.
too.
I'm glad.
I love it. That's my favorite.
Aww.
You do. Keep doing your research, though. I really enjoy it.
Okay.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
me too.
I feel like I've been kind of slacking because I just been feeling like it's like, well, nobody even really is paying attention or cares. But you know what? I gotta just. There are people, but it's I don't know. I'm just like, what's the word for it? After everything that happened? It's just I don't know what the word is, but it's just like hard
You get
to
kind
just,
of
like
burnt
stay motivated or passionate about it. I know I'll get it back, but right now it's like they just freaking sucked it all out of me with everything. You know?
Yeah,
It's just
like being burnt out a little bit.
Yeah, but it's burnout. Like you have those natural burnout sessions that just like last for a little
Yeah.
bit and you get back. But this was like something more where they freaking did it. They freaking just took it.
It was
away.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
it's like
bad.
I
been
think I'll
there
get it back,
too.
but I'm just not there yet. So, but I'll just be patient. I it'll come, I'm sure. But yeah,
Everybody makes mistakes.
yeah, but unfortunately, I mean,
I don't think
that-
it was a mistake, though. So I'm going to disagree with that one because I think, again, it's public information. It's a FOIA. They provide the documents, and you did what exactly I would have done and put it in a private where you knew what you were going in to see when you did it. And I absolutely do not think that any person that went to view that had the intention would have been a part of that. And I was actually quite upset about it. Like, again, autopsy photos are all over Google. It's something that gets showed in trial. I was watching live when they showed the pictures on accident in court. They were all screenshotted. Everybody saw them all. There was no reason to attack one person, and they pulled you like straight into the actual like media to bash you. And I was like, Jesus Christ, you guys had a choice if you wanted to go in there and watch it or if you didn't. Why are you over here complaining about it? I completely understand the parent point of view. I have kids. I don't want to see that if it were my child, but I also understand the ability to choose not to, and that wouldn't have popped up on your feed. I am a member, and it didn't pop up on mine.
And it was my Patreon. The people that were complaining, the poor parents, right? They're the ones that contacted the parents. The parents would have not even been aware. They should not have been aware of it. They shouldn't have been told it was something they were just using for content. They didn't care about the parents' feelings, or they wouldn't have contacted the freaking parents. They freaking contacted them. So you see that. You really care about them. Why would you even have bothered
Put that
them
in their face and brought it up?
Yeah, it's just, it makes me so mad. And the thing is it is still, and it probably is on more, and it was on more, probably other people can check down, but right now it's still on 3 people's YouTube channels as we speak. Yeah, everybody's blaming me for them being public. I wasn't the first to put them on. Those YouTube channels had them up before me. They are still there. Yeah, they canceled me, and they're just, these people they don't do anything to these people. They're going about their business. Nobody even said a word. It's like, how can I think this is personal? Like, if you really care about these pictures being public, why don't you care about it being up there? And I'm not saying that they did anything wrong, the people that put them up on YouTube, but where's the fairness? Like, why are you freaking calling me evil and I need to be in prison with Letitia when channels have them up on YouTube where a kid could click on them? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And
like
nobody would have seen your Patreon video unless they went to look for it. You would have had to look for it, because I never saw it. I never looked for it, but I never saw it. And I'm scrolling all the time. I'm a member. It automatically pops up in my algorithm. There wasn't a way for people to see that, and I thought that was the best way to do it.
Yeah, and my Patreon wasn't that big. Like, I've had it since my channel, but they're saying, oh, you're just selling, try to make money. Actually, me putting on Patreon would make less money than if I put it on YouTube, because my Patreon was small. Like, it was just like a small little group community. It wasn't like a huge thing anyway. It was very like small group, my Patreon. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I really was about making the money, I would have put it on my YouTube. I chose to put it on Patreon because there's few people like me about cases that wanted to see it for educational and because they were so invested in the case. And I'm trying to figure out a way to do it, and that was the best way. But it wasn't. I mean, I don't know. But I can't say that to them because people, you're making excuses. It's like, dude, all those channels that have them up on their YouTube channel are monetized, like, so they're making money too. It's just, I don't know. And I didn't raise my Patreon prices. It was just, if you were a member, it was the same price for all my videos. It was just to be a member. That's all it was.
And
it
it's not like
it's
not like you were actively selling the photos
no,
either.
It was just for my
it's
Patreon.
not like it was a post that you had to pay $3 for it.
No, it wasn't.
That's what people made it seem like, and that was just so unintelligent.
And there was like nothing about it. Like you said on one video before that you had gotten them and you were going to put them on Patreon, and you like clarified 100 times about it being educational and to beware, trigger warning. And I was like, oh, that's awesome. If you wanted to, you could look at them, but you didn't have to. So it wasn't streamed live. It wasn't put out there just to have.
Well, and not only that, but right before that, Zav did a live asking people if they wanted her to do it.
Yep.
That's the crazy part. And everybody's like, yeah.
And I wanted to see if people
And those same people are the ones that tried to cancel her.
There was one creator that said, yes, I want to see it, and she went up on a panel and talked crap. But
that's wild to me.
A lot of backstabbing that went on with this with few creators that I did talk to, because I'm pretty like to myself, but the few that I was friends with, that it's just her. It's just like, but anyway,
think of it this way, Zav. 87,000 people forgot to unsubscribe, so keep on keeping on.
You'll gain them back. You'll gain them back slowly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe just better subscribers.
I I don't like how I handled it, so I'm disappointed because I got really bad advice on how to handle it, and that's what's really eating me up because
The apology.
just everything. It was just it was the worst advice that I could have gotten. Just, to stay quiet. If it was how I wanted to do it is I wanted to go on the interviews. I wanted to do as many interviews as I could because I had nothing to hide, and I wanted to clear up some of the lies. But because I stayed quiet, and that's a whole nother story, but because I stayed quiet, then that was just basically saying that, that I'm guilty of some of the stuff, and some of the stuff was lies. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't portrayed the right way. And, that is my biggest regret, how I handled it. And
understandable.
Yeah.
It just is, because I think
I was wondering about the apology.
I wanted to. But even now, I'm even more like just not even doing any interviews and not,
Hold on, can I ask a weird
The only
question?
thing I responded was the apology, and it's just that's not what I wanted her to do. And I begged the person like, please, but it was a personal thing. It was like somebody really close to me, and she said, trust me, and
you
she was
did.
gonna be mad if I didn't listen. And I knew it was like, no, this isn't what I want to do. I know this isn't right. I want to handle it.
That's almost manipulation.
It's like she didn't trust me, like didn't have faith in me, thought I was gonna screw it up. But it's like, no, it's just
I have a question.
What?
Okay, so I had never heard this term before your apology, but what exactly is sensitivity training? I never heard of that before.
Oh, that's the
exactly
corporate
what it sounds
speak.
like, but
I'm curious.
Corporate speak for we screwed up, we're not going to do it again.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. But yeah, so I just think if I would have handled it better, it would have not had such a drastic turnout. If I would have handled it the way I wanted to handle it. And I didn't go down easy. I begged and fought like, no, this isn't right. Let me do this, please, please. And I should have. It's my channel. Why didn't I just do it? You know what I'm saying? Why did I?
It was almost like you were manipulated.
I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. I mean, I know why I didn't, but it's just, it's biting me.
Well, it also puts you in that position where you have to decide which way is going to end better, and there's no way to know.
Making her mad or
if it's going to make it worse or if it's going to make it better. And like, do you really want other people turning on you at that point? And I mean, I don't know if I could have made that decision. And
right. Well, like I was saying, it's almost like you were just manipulated, because that's kind of crappy. Like, you do it my way or I'll be mad at you when it comes to your own channel isn't the coolest thing.
With that being said, I don't think that her intention, I think she thought that it was
the best thing to do.
I know she thought that was the best thing to do, but why couldn't she trust me? It's my channel.
Yeah.
Trust that I know what my viewers want for me, because I'm the one that built this. It's me. I'm the one. You know what I'm saying? It's my channel. Just trust me. Let me do what I want to do. It's my freaking channel.
Yeah.
But I don't think she did it like maliciously, where she's like, I'm gonna ruin her channel. I know that wasn't the case, but I just wish she would have had some gosh darn faith in me. You know?
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't think.
But I'm the idiot. Like, I'm an adult. Why I could have just said no. Let me do it this way. But
you're a very smart
I was
woman.
expecting feisty Zav to come out.
Yeah,
like, no,
feisty Zav
you're not
on the
listening. You're not listening. You're all wrong.
I wanted to go on Brian Ends. I wanted to do it all because I had nothing to hide, and I think it wouldn't have got spun so way out of control if I would have caught it how I wanted to right at the beginning. Because he's not going to sit there for him to say that stuff that was kind of, it was a lie. Some of the stuff he said was a lie. The way like, that I was showing the genitals, that the way I got the photos must have been like, she must have got him from Florida. He had the prosecutor. I must have got him some illegal way. It made it seem like I got him some illegally. But if I would have went on that show like I wanted to, it would have been like, it would have just set him straight, and he wouldn't have the opportunity to say that. I'd be like, no, I got him from here, from Colorado. That's the same ones as the trial. It would have been so much better, but gosh.
I haven't watched Brian Enton's since.
But he's the one he isn't the one that started it. It was my two channel haters that had been trying to take me down since Skyler started it. But they're not they don't have as big of a reach as Brian. So he's the one that made it like huge, where it hit mainstream, was him. And then we had Fox. They were all contacted me to interview me. And I was told, don't do it. I could have had my side out, but my side isn't out now because so people look it up and they're seeing all that. Instead, they're writing their own side. If I would have done all the interviews, it would have been my voice, you know? No. So I screwed up. So I have to take that's the thing. If let's say I would have done all that and it still was this horrible, but at least then I know that's my choice and I don't have these regrets. You know
at
what I'm
least
saying?
it was your
but the fact
decision.
that like I knew it wasn't good. I knew. I'm just sitting there like, well, at least I have her, you know? But I'm like, God, this is so bad. This is so bad. Like, I want to do this. This is not good advice. This is not a good idea. I knew it, but I just didn't want to I just wanted to keep the relation, you know, I just didn't want to ruin anything on that side of it. So, but now I'm stuck. Now I'm alone and I'm stuck with the mess, which
You're
sucks.
not alone.
But in that aspect,
you have me, you have everyone.
I know, but I'm just saying in that aspect from that person I am. But yeah.
Right. Well, I'm sure there's a million people who would love to have that kind of thing with you.
And give better advice. No offense. No offense, but
yeah.
You do you. And you've always been a strong advocate for yourself.
I know, and that's what kills me when it was the most important time. I freaking let somebody else control the situation and I didn't advocate for myself. And that's what's killing me because this channel is so freaking important to me. So this was like the biggest time where I should not have not advocated for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my future. This is what I love. This is what I do. Like, and it's like all taken now. And I think I could have had it. It still would have been something, but it wouldn't have been this bad. Like, I would have been able to like cut it in half at least, if maybe even better, if I would have just came out and did what I wanted to. If I would have done how I wanted to do it. I really do, because I think the handling of it was horrible.
If only life had a redo button.
I know.
Right?
I know. That's true. People do regrets. I know.
You live
But
and you learn.
going forward, you know what to do.
Yeah, but I don't even have the opportunity again. Like,
you will.
It's like too late for me to be like, oh, well, go do it now. Now nobody's listening. It's already too late, you know? So.
And now you teach other people that start YouTube channels to not do the same. Do the same thing.
That's true. Yeah.
And definitely you should tell Brian and you want to come on. Because that was pretty shady. His video upset me, and it was lies. I haven't watched him since that because he made me upset when
he
he
never
lied.
seen the video. You know, he never seen what he was talking about because he told me. He says, "No, I didn't see it. Can you send it to me?" But here I was away and it was on my computer, so ridiculous. But then after he went up there and called me evil monster and stuff, I was like, "Screw you!" So I didn't. But he never. So I don't think he ever saw what he was talking about. So he went and spread this crap and didn't even see it himself? Like, that's bull crap.
Even if you had sent it to him, he probably would have used it against you. So.
Yeah, maybe. I should have just went on. I would have went on and he couldn't have. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have had my voice battling him. So he would only gotten so many so far.
I'll
be
right back, guys.
I'd have been like, no, that's not true. So, you know what I'm saying? You see how that would have stopped? That would have been like, that would have not turned into what it was, because I would have been calling him out and staying my side. But so yeah, what was I gonna say? Wait, I was gonna say something. Hold on. Before that,
any new trials going on?
Or? I don't know. Is there? Wait, what does that say? Oh, and another thing is, so somebody else that I was talking to behind the scenes, she talks to Brian Etten, and so when I did the apology, he actually liked the apology and said, "Oh wow, you could tell she does really feel bad." But do you think he would get up and do a video on that and say something good about me? No, but he actually really liked the apology video. It was like, wow, it does seem like she really does feel bad about it. But no, he didn't come public with that. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go up and say anything. Just called this big mainstream bashing and then just doesn't do anything else. But yeah. Anyway.
Well, good riddance to him.
Yeah. I know. I liked him too before this.
I did too. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Unfortunate I had to unsubscribe.
Yeah.
That's fine though, because I don't like all the YouTube has so much drama. I try to stay out of it. There's very few chats that I actually get in just because.
Yeah,
there's
a lot
always
of them do.
drama.
A lot of them are, huh?
Started
Yeah,
live
they get
streaming.
very emotional and people just bicker and are mean.
That's why I don't even do video games. Only live stream video games. Because that's no drama.
Drama free. Don't they like scream horrible things at you in Call of Duty when they shoot you and stuff though?
In Fortnite. And I just started a couple days ago.
They're just like bleep, 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 bleep as they shoot you into the ground. I've never played. I've just watched people,
Yeah,
and I'm
I've
like,
never played
oh my
these new
goodness.
video games. The last video game I played was Nintendo, like games like Super Mario. Or
I played Halo on the Xbox One.
Whoa, really?
That was one of my favorite games.
Wow,
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah. Always got the Gatling gun and the little sword thing and caught everybody into the waterfall.
Wow.
That was my only move that I knew. I died a lot. It was fun though.
Funny. So is it fun? I know, is Soul in here? Soul loves video games. I don't know if she's here, Soul for music. But they could be, maybe they would be fun. I don't know. I never really tried the new ones. I know I've watched people play them. They look so freaking realistic. But yeah, I never played myself.
I'm just not good at them. I start spinning around with my gun and I can't focus and I'm like shooting at walls and then I just get shot. I just die a lot.
Wow.
I died a couple of times.
Only a couple?
I actually started yesterday.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Are you pretty good at it?
I get a couple of kills. They let you PlayStation lets you PlayStation 5 lets you live stream with YouTube, so you just have to log in. You don't even need a
that's neat. I didn't know you could do that. I heard something about PlayStation, their packages where you you pay the subscription price and you get to play all of the games, and then they just decided to clear out all the games and were like, oh yeah, you just paid for the license to play the games. You didn't actually purchase the games. And people were like really upset about that.
Oh, wow.
Too. No, that's what Xbox too.
Is it?
Yeah, basically.
I was like, I'm sure they put it in the fine print, but that still seems like a little trickery. They're like, here, you can have unlimited access to all these games and download them. And then we're just like, you paid for the license, not the actual game. Sorry, you have no games.
I don't understand. That is weird.
You could pay to rent or you could pay to own.
Huh. So wait, why would you even need the license though? I'm confused.
So I think with and I'm not like super clear on how it works, so I don't really play them. But with PlayStation, they have like a subscription. I think it's quite expensive. You pay a certain amount to download whatever games they have on there, and you can download them and play them and stuff. And I know this was just recent that this happened, that they cleared it all out and were like, oh, all those games are removed. You don't pay for the actual game, you're paying for the license to play the games. So you were never actually buying the game, you were just paying to use the game essentially.
Okay, I see.
But that's about as much information as I know on it. I'm over here telling like half truths because I don't know.
Hey, that's okay.
I don't buy the PlayStation Plus because it's too expensive. But I buy Xbox Game Pass because it's much cheaper.
Oh, cool.
I think that's what it was, the Plus.
Yeah.
John, what are you saying? I could talk about it. Talk about what?
Probably the games. He probably knows.
Oh, okay. I bet you can, Jonathan. You know a lot about a lot of different
things. Tell us
things,
about the games.
I'll be lost. I'll be zoning out just because I don't know anything about games. I won't be interested probably. I don't. Yeah, that's the thing.
Go back to true crime.
I don't think I would even. I don't know if I'd even like video games because I think that's why I'm just not interested in that kind of stuff. It's like I like real stuff, even like books. Like I like nonfiction stuff. Like so, I don't think it's fake. So I like real stuff for some reason. Like fake
I do
stuff doesn't
too.
interest me.
I don't want to hear your fairy tale. I'm over here like, did he really die? Can we solve it?
Yeah.
They just came out with the first trailer of Grand Theft Auto 6.
Oh, nice.
I've never played any of the Grand Thefts. None of them. No,
Well, guys,
I've seen people
get
get them.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I know a lot of people when that comes out. A lot of the people will be live streaming that.
Yeah, that's
Until
true.
he's
Because all the
25.
gamers and yeah. If I was if I was really into game, I probably would live stream it. I'd probably make a channel out of it if I was like really heavily into gaming. Why not?
Yeah,
I mean, you're
people
playing
make a
anyway.
lot of
Just
money
pop it
doing
online.
that.
If it
'Cause I
doesn't
be-
work, oh well, you're playing anyway. Some people might watch.
I was following this guy yesterday because the day before yesterday, Fortnite was coming out. I was waiting. This guy has 30 million subscribers just playing Fortnite.
Whoa! I can't believe that.
They make
Dang, that's
super
a lot.
buttloads of money.
So I said,
So much money.
let me try it out. Let me try it out slowly. You know, I started yesterday, and
Yeah.
then I'll keep my time.
Try it, dude, and just live stream while you're playing. You might as well. You have nothing to lose. Nothing to lose.
He doesn't even show his face.
What's that?
He doesn't even show his face.
Yeah, you don't even have
million
one.
subscribers.
Just talk a little bit, you know, and then maybe you'll get comfortable showing your face after you get used to it. But, dude, I mean, you really have nothing to lose, and you might just slowly grow. But if you're playing anyway, then what the heck? I always try to tell Stacy to do that. I'm like, if you're playing anyway, just put it on. Just why not? I don't know. I mean, that's how my mind works.
Yeah. It's a lot of money.
Yeah, I would watch, man. Do it.
A lot of people love.
We'll come watch you, boss baby.
Yeah.
I might use it to fall asleep too, but
Yeah, dude.
I'll still be viewing it.
Yes. Stacy actually, she does have a couple. She did some pre-records, and it's so relaxing. I'm like, this is like ASMR for me. I forget what game she was. I think it was
It
like
is for me too.
Wait, I think it was that that wizard one. What is that guy's name? Harry Potter. I think it was Harry Potter or something. But it was like so relaxing, like hearing him like walk, like the walking and the. I don't know. I'm like, this
The
is
gravel
ASMR
under his
to
boots.
me. Yeah, and just like the movements, like you hear, whoosh, 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 and it's just like because it's not like a shooting. I don't know if the shooting ones would be. If the shooting really loud when you shoot.
Depends. Plus, you can mute it. So.
Well, no, but actually, what I'm saying is it's good ASMR. The sounds. So Harry
Oh,
Potter's perfect because
gotcha.
they just do like puzzles.
Sounds
and,
over
you
here like
know.
I love to go to sleep to the sound of machine guns.
No.
Sometimes it's quiet.
It's
Sometimes
soothing.
it's louder. It depends
Oh
on the
my
game.
God.
Because this in Fortnite they have different modes. So this season they have a Lego mode that they which I'm gonna like.
Ooh.
So like
That would be cool. Like you mean like you're like the molds, right?
yeah
When you
no
say-
like the mode they're like different modes. So like Lego like like there's like battle royale team there's like battle royale and there's like a 5-on-5 2-on-2.
Okay. Well,
So like
well, that's cool.
they're coming out with on this actually tomorrow, which is the 7th, and you get to do like I guess something. I haven't seen the yet, but some Epic Games is supposed to show a trailer in about
Nice.
at 5 a.m.
Oh,
That's early.
yeah.
I'm
That'll
gonna be asleep through
people
that one,
be-
guys.
But those gamers, they'll be up waiting for that, probably, huh?
They'll be drinking Mountain Dew and staying up all night waiting.
Right.
Be playing, I'll be Red Bull.
Red Bull.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to jump, guys. I have to be up
All
early.
right. Yeah, I think I'm
All
going to
right.
jump too. But thanks for coming
Good
up.
night,
It was really nice
Serendipity.
chatting with you. That was a good discussion.
Good
For real.
night. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I've had so much, it's like pent up to talk about.
Yeah.
So many cases. My brain was flooded.
Yeah,
You
that
should
was
come up
good.
again
Come up.
soon.
Yeah, come up more often. Definitely.
I
If I
will.
could get like regular people coming up, I'll do open panels more. But a lot of times I feel like nobody comes. But so yeah, if people are coming, I would love to do it more often. I like it.
Definitely. When are you gonna have Juliet up again?
I don't know.
I haven't seen her in forever.
Have you subscribed? I'm subscribed to your channel, so.
Okay, yeah. All right. Well, yeah, I'm probably gonna end it too. I am like exhausted. But actually, if I change my mind and do a rumble, I'll text you. I want to like walk around, get some
All
my
right,
blood
girl.
flow. I might get like a second wind. I don't know. But right now I feel like I need to walk around because I've been
All
sitting
right.
for 3.5. Well, longer than 3.5 hours because I was
Yeah.
researching and like looking through stuff before that.
True. Well, if you do,
all
you
right.
know I'll be on there.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
So yeah, thanks Serendipity for coming, Boss Baby. Thank you. Hopefully your gaming channel takes off. You should definitely do that.
Let us know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let
let us
us
know.
yeah, hopefully you'll come back up too. And Ashley, I know you'll be back up.
Are you sure though? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, but don't disappear. You disappear. No, I understand.
Yeah,
You
my
have your
son needed me. I'm sorry about that.
No, I understand. You're fine. You're fine. I know on that Rumble the other day you were going. We were going to do this thing real quick. We were going to do this thing where I was going to be like, what if I just leave the Rumble on? Then you would be the only one up. And then I go to sleep. And then you wake up and you're like, because we figured you fell asleep with your son. You wake up and you're the only one up on panel. And you're like, hello.
God.
How's everybody else
I
at?
would have died.
How funny would that be?
That would have been funny.
Oh my god. I almost did it, but then you came back. But I might have. I was
Yeah, I
thinking
came
about
back.
it.
I sensed the bamboozlement.
All right, guys. Well, thanks again. And let's do
Thanks
this
for
again.
having me.
Seriously. For real. All right.
Thank you guys. Y'all have a
Thank you,
great night.
Serendipity.
Yeah,
You too.
bye everybody.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, Serendipity. Bye, Boss Baby. Bye, Ashley. Oh, Shane. Oh, you're here. I didn't know if I'd ever see you again. You can't. Oh, we're ending. Well, because I've already been on almost 4 hours, but I'm really happy that you're here. Aw, cool. But I have to end it because I gotta walk around. I've been on 3.5 hours, so but yeah, Petty. Oh, thanks, Wolfpack, new mod. You did good. Did Mama Mia come in today? I don't think I seen her. Is she on YouTube? She's Tanya now, right? Let me know if you guys. Well, I'm ending it. Never mind. I was gonna say I wanna. If I see her, okay. Yeah, I don't think she was in today. Well, guys, it was a slow night, but you know what? I enjoyed it. That was good. I liked just talking about true crime, where it just like keeps going and it's a good discussion. That was a really good discussion. Karen Reed, that's definitely an interesting one. So I'm going to change the title to Delphi, Derek Rosa, and Karen Reed, because those are the three that we basically talked about. Thanks, Ashley. Sorry, I feel bad because you were gone most of the time, and then when you come back, I'm ending it. But I've been up since almost like a little bit before 7, and I am I'm exhausted, but I'm wide awake because of the coffee. But like I said, mostly it's because I get worried about my legs. Like, I don't know why I always just, well, I guess I was going to say, why do I always think blood clots in the legs? Because that's where people get them a lot. So I'm always thinking, but I think you can get them in your hips. I never really heard about people getting them in their arms. A lot of the times you hear legs. See, with the times I had my ones in my lungs, they don't know where they started because I didn't have like a swollen leg like my mom did. I didn't have pain in my legs that I knew of. So they're like, you didn't have like redness, swollen. So nobody knows where mine build up and then hit my lungs. I have no idea. So, but you hear the legs. So, anyway. Yeah, if I do go on Rumble, definitely. But if I don't today's what, Wednesday? No, today's Tuesday. I don't have anything tomorrow. Let's see, this would be a good time because Thursday I do. But maybe tomorrow we could just do Rumble, maybe. I don't know. We'll talk. All right. Bye, guys. Oh, She Builder, hey, I didn't get to vocally say hi to you. I wanted to say hi. Because that was fun on Rumble the other night. How did your art come and your woodworking? Get a bicycle. I know! But see, here's the thing. I always am making sure I'm, like, moving my legs like that and, like, my ankles, but I still feel like sometimes it's just not enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't know if that's enough. Like, when you're sitting so many hours, it might not quite be enough. But I do. I try to, like, move around. I had a bug on my what? In your cheek? If I even moved to center, I would have that. What? Oh, wow. So, did you have to be on blood thinner? I'm confused. Were you on blood thinner until it went away? Because they usually say when you clot, you'll keep clotting. So therefore, that's why it's, like, important to go to the hospital to get on blood thinner, because your blood, it'll keep clotting. And from my experience, that really happens. Like I said, my first pulmonary embolism, I let it go, and then it got onto my other lung because I let it go. It took about 3 weeks, I would say, estimate, till the second one came. So it does happen. And that's why I asked my doctor. I'm like, so wait. I'm like, if I would have just not came in, she said, yeah, you would just kept making blood clots, regardless if I had a clotting disorder. Because, isn't that weird? Just because your blood has a current clot in it, even if it's just like from birth control or just from something random, weird, fluke accident, and you get this blood clot, it'll just keep clotting. So you have to take blood thinner until it breaks all the way down, or your blood will keep clotting if you have one. It's weird. Oh, it probably is all saying, because lately, actually, the last, I would say, week or 3 lives I've done, it shows that I haven't had good service. So it probably is lagging. Sucks. I don't know why I'm not getting good service. It did snow a little bit today, but it's not snowing anymore. So I don't know what it. I don't think it's snowing anymore. Oh, okay. So wait, but did you get on blood thinner or not? Maybe it's different because you bumped it. Maybe that's not. Maybe it wasn't like in your arteries, veins. Maybe it's different depending on what kind of blood clot. The kind I had, it would have kept clotting, like where it was at, but I don't know. All right, I'm gonna go, guys. Bye.